Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Moeller Field in Fremont, Nebraska for Game 3 of this series between the Hastings Sodbusters and your Fremont Moo. Yesterday's doubleheader ended in a split as Hastings claimed Game 1 8-3 behind 6 strong innings from Southpaw Jude Stewart. Stewart scattered 6 hits and struck out 3, while the Sodbuster offense put the game out of reach, powered by a 2-run blast from third baseman Isaac Coleman. The pendulum, however, swung in Game 2 as the Moo pitching staff silenced the Hastings bats. Chase Nelson and Thomas Fraley combined for 6 2/3 innings with 7 punchouts, helping Fremont erase an early 3-0 deficit. Easton Leahy carried the offense, finishing a triple shy of the cycle and launching a towering home run over the left field fence that gave the Moo a lead they would never surrender, earning their 3rd victory of the campaign, 7-3. Now, with first pitch just moments away, both clubs take the field looking to climb back to the 500 mark in tonight's rubber match. And starting on the hill tonight for the Fremont Moo will be Burke Yasa. Hasn't seen a lot of innings this year, just 3, but 2 of those came in relief against the Salina Sliders, with Fremont nursing a 13-10 lead. And Yasa, the 6'6" man from Thornton, Colorado, was able to sit down 7 of the batters he faced and give Fremont their 2nd victory of the season. He'll start on the mound tonight and will face off against the lefty, A.J. Astill, who's playing shortstop tonight. Here is the first pitch, and Yasa puts one right on the corner of the plate for strike 1.
And Yasa finds the strike zone. That's what he's done consistently here for the Moo, and he's doing more to that right now.
Swing and a miss at some high cheese. It's no balls, 2 strikes, and Yasa starting ahead in the count.
That's valuable with a batter like A.J. Astill, who was stealing base after base last night.
Here comes the 0-2. That one just misses on another fastball. Astill had a good eye as that one gets past Yasa on the throwback from Horner. Fleck will just toss it over, and Yasa will try to get the first punch out of this game and keep this Sodbusters team off the base path. His 1-2 breaking ball stays high, and 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got to have a little bit more control there for Burke Yasa, especially against a batter here like A.J. Astill, who has 7 walks on the season so far.
The 2-2 misses high again, and after 2 straight strikes, it's 3 straight balls. Sodbusters looking for a leadoff base man. In the on-deck circle is Chance Burton. That one is strike 3. Home plate umpire T. Smith rings him up, and Astill was not thrilled with that call, so Burke Yasa sits down his first batter. 1 away and nobody on board in the top of the 1st.
And that is very valuable. As I said, with a batter like A.J. Astill, he tallied a run last night and had a lot of stolen bases. You can't let him get on base.
And here is another righty on lefty matchup. Chance Burton strikes this one straight up the middle. The leadoff man Astill saw 7 pitches, and Chance Burton only needed to see 1 to put that one through the middle of the infield. 1 aboard and 1 away.
And I like that aggression here early by Chance Burton. First pitch, first swing, puts it right outside of Yasa's reach and gets in for a single.
That'll bring up the 3-hole man, David Osana, playing center field tonight for Hastings. He's from Chandler, Arizona, currently attending Arkansas Tech, was 0 for 2 in yesterday night's game and 0 for 4 over both games, and he sees a ball 1 changeup near his eyes.
Despite the bad 0 for 4 yesterday, he did tally 2 walks and got in for a run in that first game.
Burton is over on first base after his 1-pitch single. Yasa puts one in the zone. This is popped up. I don't think it's going to stay in play, and it won't. The count will go to 1-1.
And that's the value there of a good pitch. Osana can't quite connect for that one, and Yasa gets back 1-1.
Both teams were able to score early in yesterday night's matchups. Hastings trying to do so again, and Osana leans out of the way on a fastball inside. 2-1 now with 1 down and 1 on board. That breaking ball too far inside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And Yasa in danger of putting 2 on the base path.
Can't give Hastings free runners. They lead the league in stolen bases, and they did that all yesterday against the Moo.
Yasa picks off over to first. Kushine cushions it in his glove, and he'll throw it right back to Yasa.
And Verton struggled heading into this series with stolen bases, but yesterday he did have one, so keep an eye out for that.
This one is cracked right into the glove of Easton Leahy. His throw back to first is not in time. That was a line drive right down the third base line, and right place, right time was Easton Leahy. 2 away.
An absolutely great reaction time there by Leahy. Leahy, naturally a catcher, but due to some infield shortages for the Moo, he heads out to third, and that catcher's reaction time shows right there.
Bryce Anderson comes into the cleanup role. 1 for 3 in the first game yesterday. Did not appear in the second. First pitch he sees, catches the inside half, and it's 0-1.
And way to paint the corners there by Yasa. He puts it right in the bottom inside, and Anderson has no choice but to let that one go.
Runner goes. Here's the throw from Horner. It's off the mark and goes into center field, but Malatesta is there to scoop it into his mitt.
And Horner struggled a little bit last night with those throws against against base runners trying to steal. Good thing Malatesta was there to clean that up, so Verton didn't get it all the way to third.
1-1 for the 4-hole hitter. And Verton over on second after a successful swipe of the bag. This one is put into play. A slow chopper right to Yasa. Scoops it up, fires it way past the first baseman Kushine. And that's another early error for Fremont. And the Sodbusters will draw first blood. They lead 1-0 after they pitcher error and overthrow by Burke Yasa.
And Yasa and Horner weren't just ready for that chopper. You saw Anderson get on his horse and get moving over to first, and Yasa or Horner couldn't collect it. Yasa too late, forces an errant throw, and that's what brings the first runner in for the Sodbusters.
An early 1-0 lead for the away team. Yasa's first pitch to Coleman is too high, and it's a 1-0 for the 5-hole hitter who had 2 home runs yesterday. A 2-run shot in the first game and a 3-run shot in the second game. And it's a favorable count for Isaac Coleman.
And he's got to stay ahead on those counts. He's struck out 7 times already this year, but when he gets ahead, he's a very dangerous batter.
That one is at the knees and called for strike 1 by T. Smith, the home plate umpire. The infield umpire is Bill Biven. Anderson stands on first after the error. A 2-1 delivery just misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike for Coleman. Middle of the lineup coming up for the Sodbusters with Max Israel in the 6-hole spot on deck. Yasa wants to get out of this inning without any more damage coming home. That breaking ball too high, and it's a 5-pitch walk and 2-out walk, and now 2 aboard with still 2 away.
And if I'm Yasa, I'm okay giving Isaac Coleman a walk. You saw what he did yesterday, a 2-run bomb in the first game and a 3-run bomb in the second. Just keeping his bat off the ball is okay for the Moo.
Max Israel was 2 of 3 in the first game yesterday, 2 singles. His first one was an RBI. And now Anderson slides over to second, and Coleman stands on first. A fresh count for Israel. Swing and a miss for strike 1. A nice fastball on the outside edge. Israel looking for a base hit to double their lead. Yasa's fastball is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I saw Eamon O'Gorman kind of head towards second base on that play, making sure that Bryce Anderson doesn't steal anything, as the Hastings Sodbusters have tended to do all year.
And Israel did not go all the way around. No strike call behind home plate. Good location, but it's 2-1. Now it's 3-1. And again, Yasa behind in the count after a leadoff strikeout. That got us still going down looking. Since then, it's been a single, a line out, and an error that extended the inning and brought one runner home for the away side. Anderson over on second, Coleman still on first. The 3-1 is in the zone, popped up, and it's going to be out of play again as that one sails into the parking lot. Full count now for Yasa, trying to get out of this inning. In some early danger is Fremont. And this game will be 9 innings. Both games yesterday were 7 innings. That one is inside. Strike 3, says T. Smith. Rings him up, and Burke Yasa sits down 2, courtesy of a K. But he lets one come home after an errant throw over to first. So we'll go to the bottom of the first with the Hastings Sodbusters an early 1-0 advantage.
And that was an excellent pitch there by Burke Yasa. He put that one right on the inside corner. Israel, who's been a great batter for the Sodbusters. Yesterday he hit in the 9, but he hit 2 for 3 and had a run and an RBI in that first game. I mean, a very valuable way to get out of that inning and escape with only giving up 1 run.
And we'll take this time to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Methodist Fremont Health. When it comes to caring for the Fremont community, Methodist Fremont Health is here 24/7 with trusted doctors, nurses, and health care services for patients and families across Dodge County. Compassionate care close to home. Methodist Fremont Health. And we would also like to thank Subway, home of the legendary footlong, stacked with all your favorite toppings and made fresh right in front of you. Next time hunger steps up to the plate, head to Subway, located at 549 East 23rd Street, and knock it out of the park. Subway, eat fresh. And we'd lastly like to thank Raising Cane's. Tonight's game is brought to you by Raising Cane's, serving hot chicken fingers, fresh Texas toast, and quality meals made fresh every day. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street and grab a meal after the game. And as we head to the bottom of the first with the Fremont bats up, we'll take a look at Hastings' defense. Behind the plate is Magnus Kapitsa. On the mound is Carol Morrow, who is looking to start his 7th inning of pitching. He's pitched 6 total, 9.0 ERA, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 29 batters faced. On first is Bryce Anderson. On second, Max Israel. Over on third, Isaac Coleman. Playing in the 6th spot is A.J. Estil. And starting in the outfield and left field is Jack Guzman. In center is David Osana. And in right field is Kyler Matthews. So that is the Hastings defense out there in the dirt and grass. Cale Morrow's throw to the plate is thrown down to second by Kapitsa. First time playing in this series between the Moo and the Sodbusters. And to lead off will be Ripken Fleck.
Watch out for Ripken Fleck tonight. He went 0 for in the second game yesterday and only had 1 hit in the first one. He's probably going to come out with a vengeance tonight.
So Fleck will face off against Morrow. Lefty on righty matchup to begin things in the bottom of the first with Fremont trailing 1-0. And a first pitch is swung on. Fleck heading over to first, and he's not there in time. An easy play for Isaac Coleman, who's been pretty busy these past few games, and that one was collected and deposited for out number 1.
And a very, great effort there by Ripken Fleck. He was flying, almost got there, but when Isaac Coleman's on third base, you might as well call him out when it gets hit his way.
And that'll bring up the 2-hole man, Giovanni Malatesta, playing center field for the Moo. Had a nice diving catch yesterday night to prevent any runs from coming home. That was when the Sodbusters were threatening, and the Moo were able to come away with a 4-run victory, trying to extend their winning streak to 2. And it's 1-1 after that breaking ball breaks too far outside.
And you can't give Giovanni Malatesta free pitches. He's been getting on base like no one else, over 60% coming into this series.
Decides to lay off a 1-1. He was 2 of 3 in his last game and 4 of 7 in that doubleheader yesterday. He's got a great eye. He tends to foul off quite a few pitches to stay alive in the count. That one Misses his bat entirely, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Very excellent use of the breaking ball by Morrow. We'll see if he has more of that to offer tonight.
1 away and nobody aboard. Malatesta leaves the 5th pitch outside, and it's a full count.
And Malatesta back in the full count. This is basically his natural habitat as of yesterday.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's in the zone and struck right back up the middle. And a full count single with 1 out will put the first base runner aboard for the Moo.
Malatesta doing what he does best. He leads the team with now 11 hits. Next behind him is Easton Leahy with 9, who had 3 yesterday, but Malatesta gets on base like no one else, as I said. Hitting over 43% heading into this series, and has not disappointed yet for the Moo.
And that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Wyatt Throckmorton. 2 for 3 in yesterday night's contest. He has Malatesta over on first. First pitch he sees, and he's going to be hit, says home plate umpire T. Smith. That one looked like it hit him on his protection on his right elbow, so he'll head over to first base. And now after the leadoff ground out, 2 aboard for the home side.
Can't give up free bases for the Sodbusters, especially now with Easton Leahy coming up, who dominated in last night's win in Game 2. As you said earlier, a single, a double, and a home run. Dangerous batter.
Was 1 hit away from the cycle. Looking to start where he left off. Malatesta on second, Throckmorton on first. That one is low and away for ball 1. And a nice start for Leahy, who's looking to continue his hot streak.
And one thing Leahy struggled a little bit with is he only has 2 walks on the season. Taking a pitch there, though, is a good sign.
A 1-0 turns into a 2-0 as he watches 2 balls low and away. And a batter's count for the cleanup man.
Love to be up 2-0 here with 2 on for Leahy. Very ideal scenario. Just can't hit into a double play.
He'll swing at a 2-0, and this one is shot down the right field line into foul territory. Takes a hop over the fence for strike 1.
Just a little bit early on that one. If his timing's a little bit better, could have driven that one down that first base line, and it could have done some damage for the Moo.
Moo looking to even things up after an error scored 1 in the top of the first for the Sodbusters. This one is put into center field. Going back on it is David Osana. Is he going to get there? Yes, but tagging up is Malatesta on second. So runners are going to be at the corners, and Osana races down a ball near the warning track, and that'll be a fly out, but moves the runner over. And now that'll bring up Tyler Schroeder with a chance to even things up with a base knock.
Very valuable at-bat there by Leahy. I know he gave up an out, but now Malatesta's on third. Schroeder hoping to rewrite the ship after going 0 for 3 in last night's game.
Lefty on lefty matchup for the middle of the order. Throckmorton still on first. Malatesta moved over to third. And a 1-0 fastball misses the zone.
Good eye there by Schroeder. He's not hoping to not struggle like he did last night. Struck out once and had 2 other outs.
Pickoff over to first as caught by Anderson. His tag was too late. Looking to keep Throckmorton over on first. Fremont trying to swipe a bag and put 2 in scoring position. Schroeder leaves that one down and away as Kapitsa had to put his glove in the dirt.
Gotta imagine Morrow's gonna have to find the zone here. Tough scenario here if you're Morrow. Down 2-0 with 2 batters on, or 2 runners on.
Another hitter's count. That one is left down and outside, and it's 3-0. 3 straight balls from Morrow. Hasn't lost a batter yet, except for the hit by pitch. And Braden Mitchell will look to come up. He's in the on-deck circle. Could be bases juiced. Runner goes. That one is in the zone, so now 2 are in scoring position, and it's a green light for Schroeder.
I mean, good take there by Schroeder. Almost got put on first with to load up the bases, but instead he'll stay in for a few more pitches at least.
Here comes the 3-1. That one is in the zone as well. 2 pitches right in the same spot. And Morrow trying to get out of some early inning trouble.
I mean, he painted the corner very well on the back-to-back pitches in that bottom corner. Now he has a game.
Here's the payoff. It's in the zone, swing and a miss. And Tyler Schroeder will go down swinging, and Morrow gets rid of the trouble. We'll head to the bottom of the first, and Fremont leaves 2 stranded.
I mean, way to get out of that if you're Cale Morrow. Morrow from Graceland University has struggled so far this year, 0-2 on the season, but he's proven out himself well in the first inning. See if that continues.
And we'll take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. We'd like to thank Fremont Family YMCA. Looking to stay active this summer? Visit the Fremont Family YMCA on North Lincoln Avenue, offering fitness, youth programs, swimming, and more for the whole family. We would also like to thank Visit Fremont and Dodge County. Planning your next Fremont adventure? Visit Fremont and Dodge County has everything from local events and dining to outdoor fun and family attractions in the heart of Nebraska. And lastly, we would like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings. Catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up wings, burgers, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite day of the week.
And now here's Burke Yasa with his second inning of work. The sophomore at Southwest Community College won the Colorado 2A Player of the Year just last season, but in his first leadoff batter of this second inning, he has Magnus Kapitsa, who is 100% on the year, leading the league in just about every stat, given that's only in 3 plate appearances, but still going to have a tough battle here in the first at-batter of the second inning. And the kids are out having fun down on the third base side outside the Moo dugout. But now we have Yasa against Kapitsa for their first pitch of the second inning. Here's Kapitsa. And that ball is taken for a hit by pitch, and he'll trot his way to first base after the first pitch. His 100% OBP continues.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start off the inning. Yasa started off well last inning, struck out a batter looking, and it's been the struggle for this pitching staff, just putting base runners on with free passes.
They did a lot of that last night, and that's what led to a lot of struggles. Now here's Kyler Matthews, who's usually a pitcher, but he's out playing in right field today. First pitch, he'll take it upstairs, goes up 1-0, and so far this season he's been very valuable. Only 3 plate appearances 3 at-bats, but from the mound he's been ecstatic. I mean, he closed out the first game yesterday, and here he is. He pops a ball up to second base. That's Ripken Fleck right behind second. One of the only infielders who, as we said earlier, he struggled from the plate in the games yesterday, but he was very, very good out in the field. Put a lot of batters away and fielded the ball cleanly without any errors. But now here comes up Jack Guzman. Guzman, another batter for the Sodbusters, who only has 3 plate appearances and hasn't done anything else yet. Here's Guzman's first pitch, and he'll take it out on the outside. But that comes in for strike 1. Another way to find the corner there for Burke Yasa. Now here's the 0-1, 1 away, 1-0 lead for the Sodbusters. Guzman. He'll swing on that ball, but Yasa will get him with the breaking ball. Was expecting a fastball high, instead he gets hit low with the breaking ball.
It'd be nice if he could get a ground ball. It'd be an inning-ending double play if it's any hit hard ball to the middle of the infield.
Well, instead that'll be fouled off. You saw Kapitsa there trying to steal, but instead he'll have to make his way back to first base after the foul ball from Guzman. Again, as you said, hoping for a double play here if I'm Burke Yasa, but I mean, a strikeout would be okay as well.
Wouldn't be too bad.
He's got a few on the day so far. We'll see if he can make it one more. He's up 0-2 against the 9-hole man, Jack Guzman. Here's Guzman. That ball swung on into second base for Eamon O'Gorman, and that ball it hits Kapitsa running down the second base line for an out, but Guzman will get on first would that technically be a fielder's choice?
Well, that's going to be player interference for Kapitsa, but that is a fielder's choice. That was, if it could have been fielded by O'Gorman, yes.
And now we'll have A.J. is still up to the plate. His second at-bat of the day. Struck out looking in the first one, but again, he's a dangerous batter. He is 1 for 3 in the second game, 1 for 2 in the first game, but he got on by a few walks and scored a few runs. That ball is swung on again. Yasa puts that one into the dirt, and Estill was not ready for that at all.
Struck out in his last at-bat and wasn't happy with the strike 3 call, so he'll probably look to swing early here.
Definitely, especially down 0-2. We'll see what he does, though, here. Here's Yasa delivering the 0-2. 2 away. Estill. That ball swung on, and Eamon O'Gorman can't quite get that a second. It's fielded instead by Giovanni Malatesta out in center. He'll grab it and throw it in, but now that advances Jack Guzman to second, and Estill will be on first with a 2-out single. Now Chance Burton comes up to the plate. The Hastings native singled in his first at-bat, but now he'll come up as a lefty on righty matchup with 2 away, but 2 on. We'll see what he does here. Here comes the 0-0. Burton. That ball is swung on, popped up into left field, and an easy play made there by Wyatt Throckmorton. Now for the Moo coming up next. We'll have a few batters starting with Braden Mitchell as the DH. But instead, before we get there, we'll have a few reads from our sponsors in this 1-0 ball game in the bottom of the second. First off, we'll start with Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn-looking game ready? Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, and snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work. Next sponsor is S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Tonight's game is brought to you by S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse, Fremont's local choice for trash, recycling, and dumpster services. From home cleanups to construction projects, S2 Roll-Offs keeps our community clean. Lastly, we have Tommy's Express Car Wash. Need a quick clean before first pitch? Tommy's Express Car Wash in Fremont keeps your ride shining with fast, high-quality washes and free vacuums to finish the job. Now we have Kale Morrow in for his second inning of work, and the first one he struggled, got a few base runners on, but instead calmed himself down and finished the inning, closed it out well. But now we have Braden Mitchell up in the DH spot.
Was 1 for 3 yesterday night. He's a batter that has some power. He had a walk-off double in the first game of the season, and since then he's been somewhat quiet.
One thing that has been good for Mitchell, though, is his eye. He has, well, at least for the walks out, he has struck out 5 times, though, but he has, as you said, big bat, 2 doubles, and 4 RBIs on the year. We'll see if he can, replicate some of that, or if Morrow will get the best of him, as he has with some of these Moo batters so far. So, as we said, Braden Mitchell comes up to the plate, the Erie, North Dakota native who goes to Southwest Community College. He's going into his junior season here, but before then he has time with the Moo, and he's playing DH today. He'll lead off in the second, and here comes the 0-0 with none away. Moo down 1-0 in the bottom of the second. And looks to be some confusion as a helmet falls onto the field from the Hastings dugout. Not quite sure what that was there, but now Braden Mitchell will for real come up with his first at-bat of the day. Here's the 0-0. Mitchell. And that ball is way outside. Braden Mitchell had no choice but to let that one glide by. Now here's Mitchell on the 1-0 from Morrow. Mitchell. And again, that ball's on the opposite side, way inside, way low, and Mitchell's up 2-0 with relative ease here so far.
Yeah, you like a 2-0 count, always in favor of the batter, and feel nice when you swing. If you do, you only have 1 strike in the count if it doesn't end up in your favor.
That is so. We'll see Mitchell here. He swung on that one, as you just said, and that ball's fouled off into the Moo dugout area. And now we'll bring the 2-1 with Mitchell and Morrow. Mitchell, the leadoff man, here in the bottom of the second for the Moo. Braden Mitchell. He'll swing on that one, and it's grounded again down the third base line. And now, in a quick 2 pitches from 2 foul balls, Morrow's now ahead 2-2 with none away in the second.
He's been just a bit early in the right-handed batter's box, swinging that foul down the third base line, so he has to let the ball travel a little bit farther over the plate to put this one in play.
See what he does here. Mitchell. That ball's taken way upstairs. So now here's a full count. Braden Mitchell. We'll see what the payoff pitch looks like here. Morrow delivers to Mitchell. And that ball's taken high for ball 4, and he'll walk his way over to second base and brings up Jacob Koshnay, the first baseman from Iowa Central Community College, who from Byron, Minnesota. This year at Iowa Central, he appeared in 22 games and hit just under 300 at 297, tallied 11 hits and 13 runs. Now, we'll see what he does here in his first at-bat of the day as he takes some time to get rid of his elbow guard. Here's the 0-0 with Mitchell on first for Jacob Koshnay. Koshnay will take that pitch on the inside or outside corner for strike 1. Morrow put that ball right on the corner. And now Koshnay's behind 0-1. None away here in the second as Mitchell walked in his first at-bat, but now here's Koshnay. And he makes contact on that ball, and it's popped up. Routine fly ball caught out in center field by David Osana, who's kind of played all around everywhere. Yesterday he played in first or on second base, I should say, and DH'd in one of the games, and now he's out in center. Now here's the man who played second base in both games yesterday, Eamon O'Gorman. As I said earlier, there's been an infielder shortage on this Moo team, so O'Gorman's getting a lot of reps early in this season. Eamon O'Gorman will take that ball outside for ball 1. The lefty-on-lefty matchup does not, and that first pitch from Morrow will not fool O'Gorman. Here's O'Gorman's second pitch of the day. Makes contact on that one inside, but a little bit early. That ball will be down the first base line and fouled into the parking lot.
He was beamed by 2 pitches yesterday, so he's going to look to get the bat off of his shoulder and try to put one in play.
And he struggled a bit with his average so far. Before this series, came into the matchup only hitting 130, but we'll see if he can make a little bit do with what he has. That ball's taken way inside. Looked like he was going to get beamed for another one.
Yeah, well, like we've said, the Fremont Moo batters are no strangers to hit-by pitches. They lead the league in hit-by pitches, and that's a quick way to get on base.
Very easy. Doesn't mean it's easy, though, or doesn't mean it's not hard. You're still taking hard pitches, especially from these collegiate pitchers who have some good velo. But there's O'Gorman, who will take that one in the bottom corner of the zone. He did not like that call, whatever, but he has to stay confident and battle in for this 2-2 pitch with 1 away in the bottom of the second. Here's Eamon O'Gorman. 1-0 ball game here in Fremont. The Sodbusters lead. But O'Gorman will take that ball, make it a full count as it rubs on the dirt on the plate.
And it's been a little bit of a wider zone behind home plate with the umpire behind there is T. Smith. So I think these batters know it's a little bit wider and not as tight as some past games.
Payoff pitch here is fouled away by O'Gorman, and he'll stay alive at 3-2 as you hear the music playing in the background. O'Gorman's second chance at the full count here. 3-2, 1 away. Morrow hoping for a ground-out double play here, but instead it'll be a walk. And O'Gorman will trot his way to second base for the second walk of the inning as Braden Mitchell makes his way to second.
It's always good when you can up that pitcher's count. Instead of just a 4-0 walk, you really stay in there and make him throw to you. So well done by Eamon O'Gorman.
And now brings up Tucker Horner, who hit 1 for 2 in the first game yesterday. Didn't appear in the second one. He also had a walk, so he was getting on base 2/3 of the time yesterday. We'll see if he can replicate some of that with only 1 away in the bottom of the second. His first pitch of the night is fouled away down the third base line and collected by a member of the Fremont Moo dugout. 0-1 here for Tucker Horner. Here's the 0-1 pitch here. Runners on first and second. Horner will take that ball way outside, and 1-1 count even up here for Tucker Horner. Here's Horner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Down 1-0. Horner. Take that ball upstairs. Morrow tried to blow a fastball by him, get him a swing on something a little bit high, but instead, Horner will take it. Now he's at 2-1 in this count. Horner from Mayville State up in North Dakota. He'll take that pitch just a little bit inside. Now he's up 3-1 with 1 away in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to lose the batter here. Top of the lineup coming up for Fremont.
We'll see how that goes here. Here's Horner. That pitch is taken inside the zone for strike 2. Now here comes the full count for Tucker Horner facing off against Cale Morrow in Game 3 of the Sodbusters Moo series. Tucker Horner on the 3-2. He'll swing on that ball and is grounded out just by the first baseman. And that'll bring Braden Mitchell in from home. No play made. And Eamon O'Gorman will advance to second. Now this one is all knotted up 1-1 thanks to a 1-out single there made by the 9-man Tucker Horner.
And that one just inched its way into right field. Just was poked past the first baseman Bryce Anderson. And a good piece of hitting. Opposite field, base knock. Ties this game up.
And now here's Ripken Fleck, who, as I said, in this series has only hit 1 for 9, but an 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in the top of the first. One man, leadoff man, we'll see what he can do here. Rip Fleck swings on that one, and that ball is put right into the gap out in left center. And that'll bring in Eamon O'Gorman from second base and advance Tucker Horner all the way to third. Now 1 away. Moo lead 2-1 with Ripken Fleck on second and Tucker Horner on third. And now coming up to bat is the consistent man himself, Gio Malatesta. Malatesta leading the team with 11 hits on the season. We'll see if he can drive in another one and maybe bring in a run or 2.
Yeah, base hit would bring home 2 more and double Fremont's lead. And after Ripken Fleck grounded out the first time, that a very different at-bat as another first pitch was sent into the left center gap.
And there was the first pitch from Malatesta, 1-0. We'll see if he can do something else with this one. Malatesta will swing on that ball, and it's fouled way back behind the plate into the parking lot. Now 1-1 count, 1 away in this second inning that's been so fruitful for the Moo. Here's Malatesta. That ball is taken way outside, and 2-1 count. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. 2 runners have already been brought in for the Moo. Runners are on second and third, and multiple hits so far in this inning. Morrow needs a catcher's visit as he's been struggling in this inning.
Yeah, back-to-back hits for the Moo bring home 2 base runners, and this is a good time for the catcher to come out. Morrow has had some command issues, and Capizza is looking to fix that and give him a short break before he comes back to Malatesta.
And as I said earlier, Morrow's 0 for 2 in his win-loss on the year, but he's looking hopefully to get in the W column. But with Malatesta here, he'll swing on that ball. It's grounded right by the second baseman. That'll bring in Eamon O'Gorman. And not Ripken Fleck, who's tagged out right on the plate. Eamon O'Gorman will come in and make this one 3-1, but right after will be an out from Kapitsa, who tags out Ripken Fleck at home plate. 3-1 game after that leadoff single, the 2-out single, one-out single from Malatesta.
And that aggressive base running call at third from Jonathan Thornhill doesn't pay off. That was a laser from Osana in center field to catch the batter racing home.
And Malatesta yet again, second single of the day. He gets on the second base thanks to the throw at home. And now Wyatt Throckmorton in the 3-hole today. Hit pretty well yesterday, but was hit by a pitch in the first inning. See what he does here. And he'll take that ball way in the dirt. As you said, struggling with control here is Kale Morrow. 1-0. Malatesta is now on third, and that's a scary sight if you're the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, that ball was spiked well before the plate. Got way over the top of that one, and you got to find the zone here and try to limit the damage that's already come.
That they definitely will, but Throckmorton is no easy batter to play against. And here he takes pitch 1-0, and it's lined right to the first baseman at first. That'll be the third out of the inning. The Moo now lead 3-1 thanks to all 3 runs coming in this inning. We have a word from our sponsors, starting with Keel's Barbershop. If you're in need of a haircut, step up your style with Keel's Barbershop in downtown Fremont, delivering classic cuts, beard trims, and an old-school barbershop experience since 1974. Next up, we have the Nebraska Lottery. Feeling lucky tonight? Nebraska Lottery gives Nebraskans the chance to win big while supporting programs across the state. You must be 19 or older to play. Lastly, we have Methodist Fremont Health. From routine checkups to unexpected emergencies, Methodist Fremont Health is proud to serve the people of Fremont and Dodge County. With experienced providers and compassionate care, they are helping our community stay healthy in every single day.
Today he'll be racing miles. They'll start at first base, go to second.
So the Moo will plate 3 in the bottom of the second inning. They'll come back out onto defense as the Sodbusters will come back up to the plate. Yasa will stay on the mound for the Moo. 2 innings of work, 1 unearned run after he airmailed the ball over to first. It was a slow chopper and might have been raced and put in a hurry, and that's why the ball was off of the line. He'll face off against David Osana to start the top of the third inning. Osana 0 for 1 with a lined out. Put one right into the glove of Easton Leahy, who was ready.
And Osana's yet to record a hit this series. 0 for 2 in Game 1, 0 for 2 in Game 2, and 0 for 1 in this one.
So he will come to the plate looking to remedy his 0 for 4 in the past 2 games. Yasa's first pitch is upstairs for ball 1.
Good take there by Osana. He's been disciplined on the season, recording 9 walks for tying the team lead. Another good eye there for ball 2.
Hitters count for Osana. Looking to get on the base path and come home to shorten this early deficit. Now it's 3-0, 3 straight balls from Yasa. I have to imagine he has the take signal from the head coach over at third base in place of Victor Rojas, who is the first-year skipper, but currently, like I said yesterday, in Lawrence, Kansas, and he's broadcasting the game between the Jayhawks and the Sooners, and that is a 4-pitch walk issued to David Osana, and he is the leadoff base runner.
It's his 10th walk of the season. Just getting on base at a very high clip. Those 10 walks leads the team.
Bryce Anderson will come back up to the plate. Yasa will pick off over to first, and Osana is safe. Try to keep those Sodbusters runners honest. And Anderson was able to get aboard after Yasa couldn't ground a chopper right back to him and wasn't able to make the throw over to first. And 2 straight throws over there to the first base bag. Osana Now has a bit of a shorter lead, but he's looking to swipe a bag. Takes a few more steps, a hop, and doesn't decide to go over to first, and that ball drops into the zone. 0-1.
And Tucker Horner was very ready for that one. Osana, a speedy guy. He came into this series with 4 stolen bases, and they've continued to steal all over the moon these past few games.
1 ball, 1 strike for Anderson, who's 0 for 1. Grounded into an error. He is the tying base runner in a 3-run advantage for the Moo. And middle of the order coming up. Osana does go. Here's the throw from Horner. It's just off target. Fleck wasn't able to get it into his mitt. O'Gorman was there to back it up, and another successful swipe of the bag for the Sodbusters squad. And it's a runner in scoring position with nobody away.
I mean, I thought that ball was placed pretty well by Tucker Horner, but Ripken Fleck just couldn't get there in time, and that leads to Osana on second.
That one is fouled off the top of his bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yasa trying to put down his first base runner. Has one in scoring position. Was able to get out of a little trouble in the top of the second, and now in some immediate trouble here in the top of the third. His 2-2 is fouled back yet again, this time into the left side netting, and the count will remain the same. Osana over on second after the leadoff walk and a steal. And we know Hastings likes to also swipe from second to third. Large lead, here he comes, and this one is put into center field. Osana is going to have to trek his way back over to second. And that is deposited into the glove. He does tag up. Here's the relay throw, and it's not in time. It was too far off the bag for Easton Leahy, so Osana some aggressive base running. He was 3/4 of the way to third when that ball was put into play by Anderson. Goes all the way back to second and is then able to slide head first. And now with 1 away, a runner is 90 feet away for making this a 3-2 affair.
And a little too casual there from Malatesta. He just thought he didn't have to throw that one in that quickly, and Osana ends up getting the third because of it.
Swing and a miss from Coleman. We know he has some power. He's hit 2 over that 24-foot wall. We call it the Molar Monster. We liken it to the Green Monster at Fenway Park, but just not as big, about 13 feet shorter. Fenway's height is 37 feet. And I actually measured that today, and it's about 24 feet out there in left field.
That's the most Prescott thing ever.
Another swing and a miss from Coleman. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the 5-hole man.
And as you said, a lot of power from Coleman. You've seen him swing for the fences in a few pitches in this at-bat. That's why Yasa's going mainly breaking.
Osana over on third. A ball put in play would score the runner. Infield is back, and it's a 2-2 count. Coleman was already walked today. This one is in the zone and put into center field. Malatesta running back. He's not going to get to it. Takes a bounce and a hop toward the fence. Malatesta at the warning track, and that is a 1-out stand-up double for Isaac Coleman. And his power is showcased yet again.
That ball was bombed out into center field. I mean, 380 out in center field. That ball had to have been close to 370. On the warning track, Malatesta couldn't quite track it down, as he is a quick, speedy guy, but not quick enough to get there in time.
Yeah, that's a tough one to track down. He was on his back foot the entire time and finally picked it up back there at the fence. So Coleman is over on second. He bats home Osana, and now the 6-hole man, Max Israel, comes into the box. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking, was the second man to do so from Yasa. And now the tying base runner is over on second, and Israel is the leading base runner. 0-1 is now 1-1. Drops in a changeup in the zone, and an even count for Israel.
Very important to get ahead on Max Israel. He was very good in last night's first game, 2 for 3, with a run and an RBI, but he struck out looking in his first at-bat today.
And a Nice pitch, catches the inside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice pitch. That's all I have to say with that one. Put right on the corner. Very elite placement there from Yasa.
And he's trying to keep Coleman on second. This one is popped up, and it's going to be out of play again. The count will remain the same.
Until Koshne really wanted that one. He was running out. Thought he was going to run into the Hastings dugout for a second, but instead he'll let that one go off.
Bottom half of the order for the Sodbusters coming up. Coleman trying to come home and tie this ball game. Yasa takes his time on the hill, and this is a slow ground ball to the left side of the infield, and that one hit him in the leg as that one was off of his bat, and he's going to gimpily walk that off. It's always going to hurt when those balls are coming in 80 miles per hour. It's probably coming off the same speed off of their bat. He'll take some time to recover. Home plate umpire T. Smith giving him time, and he'll step back into the box. Still a 1-2 count. He's been fighting off pitch after pitch from Yasa. He's trying to extend this inning and bring home the man on second. And Coleman has some speed, so a base knock into the outfield. This one is nearly thrown into left field. Horner fired it down the third base line and in and out of the glove of Leahy, but Fleck was there, and yesterday night, that's how things got started for the Sodbusters. An errant throw from Horner was able to put the first run home. So now Coleman over on third after he steals a bag, and a 2-2 count with 1 away. Israel still in the batter's box, battling with Yasa. This one is fouled off again.
Very unfortunate there for the Moo to let Isaac Coleman get on to third base, and kind of what happens when you have an unnatural third baseman playing there, and Tucker Horner's windup takes a little bit long and allows base runners to get on.
This one is put into the left center gap. Throckmorton is there. Here's his throw home. It takes 2 bounces into the mitt of Horner, and it's late, so a sacrifice fly from Max Israel will knot this game up at 3 apiece.
I mean, nothing much more you can do there. Israel a little bit early on that one. He kind of forced a hit there. Still brings in a run and 2 away, but this one's all knotted up now.
And that'll bring up Magnus Kapitsa, the 7-hole batter. Takes a fastball on the inside edge, and it's 0-1. Kapitsa was hit by a pitch. Currently attending Hastings College. And that one misses low and away for ball 1.
And as I said earlier, Kapitsa has gotten on base in every single one of his 4 plate appearances so far this season.
And this one is put into the right center gap. Malatesta is there, and that'll end his 1,000% batting percentage. He goes down to end the inning, but not before 2 come aboard in the top of the third. We'll head to the middle half of the third inning, and a good ball game early. 3-3 with the Moo coming up to the plate next. And we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. We would like to thank Subway. Subway is batting 1,000 when it comes to fresh flavor. Build your perfect sandwich. Pile on your favorite toppings and enjoy a meal made right in front of you. Visit Subway at 549 East 23rd Street. Subway, eat fresh. And we would also like to thank Raising Cane's. Whether you're celebrating a Moo victory or just working up an appetite at the ballpark, Raising Cane's is ready to serve. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street for fresh chicken fingers and a meal the whole family can enjoy. And lastly, we would like to thank Fremont Family YMCA. Just like the Moo are staying active on the field tonight, you can stay active all summer long at the Fremont Family YMCA. Stop by North Lincoln Avenue for fitness, swimming, youth programs, and more for the whole family. So Kapitsa will fly out to center field to end the top of the third. We're now in the bottom half of this chapter, and Hastings is back on defense, and Morrow still on the mound. Coming up to bat will be Easton Leahy. Flew out in his last at bat. And after an early 1-0 deficit, the Moo were able to fight back and now find themselves in a tight affair at 3 apiece. Lefty on righty matchup to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Coming up to bat, third baseman, number 11, Easton Leahy.
Dominic Palma heads over to first base to be the first base head coach. Jonathan Thornhill still over on 3rd. And Leahy will look to get the party started here. Swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees. A fastball outside, but he decides to take a hack at it. 0-1 for the cleanup man. Leahy lets that one bounce in the left-handed batter's box, and it's 1-1 now.
And Leahy's been very polarizing this series. First game, 0 for 3. Second game, 3 for 3, and was really the hero of the day and our player of the game.
This one is fouled straight back sharply. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Morrow looking for some more consistency after he struggled in the bottom half of the second. Put 3 aboard. His defense was behind him and was able to throw out a runner coming home from center field. That one misses outside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody away, and nobody on the base path for the home team. Each team is 4 hits apiece. Fremont looking to make it 5. That one is left outside. Good eye from Leahy to keep this count alive.
And that ball was right outside. Great eye and determination there by Leahy to stay in for another pitch.
The payoff from Morrow is in the zone. It's a ground ball to the left side of the infield. And it is collected and thrown over there. And that's a new man over on first base.
Next up, right fielder, number 18, Tyler Schroeder.
It's Matthew Schultz there on 3rd. Subbing in for Isaac Coleman after he got out, or after he got on in his last at bat. Got to wonder if that's a cause for concern for the Sodbusters.
Yeah, I wonder. Not sure if Coleman is injured or what happened, but so 1 away, and this is a slow grounder to the left side of the infield. It's taken backhanded by a Still, and he throws that one well over the head of Bryce Anderson. It was a tough play, a throw on the run, and that's going to be an infield single for Tyler Schroeder.
And Schroeder hasn't really shown the wheels off this season. No stolen bases yet, but right there he ran as hard as he could. Made it 90 feet to first base before the throw got him out.
A 1-out infield single for Schroeder. Brings up Braden Mitchell. Walked in his first appearance. And a 1-0 count to start the bottom half of the order. Fremont trying to surge themselves back in front. Their 2-run advantage is gone. This one is cracked into the left center gap. It gets down. And that's going to be a base knock, so back-to-back singles. And now this ball gets away from Scholes over on 3rd. Here comes the base runner. And now Schroeder will end up on 3rd, and Mitchell will end up on 2nd. And an errant throw over in center as Scholes wasn't able to corral that into his glove, and it runs all the way to Fremont's bullpen, and now 2 in scoring position.
And that ball was just mishandled by the Sodbusters. The center fielder had a little bit of struggles with it, then threw it into 3rd, way off target, and that brings Tyler Schroeder to 3rd and Braden Mitchell to 2nd.
And after a ground out from Leahy to begin the inning, Fremont is knocking on the door yet again. Couchene is 0 for 1, popped up in his first at bat. Lefty on righty matchup. A fly ball would bring one home, but he's looking for a hit. This is a high fly ball into deep left field. Does it have enough on it? No, and that's going to be a fair ball. That ball was in play when left fielder Jack Guzman dove for it, And it's in and out of his glove, dropped foul, but the umpire says fair. And that's going to bring home another base runner for the Moo. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Jacob Couchounet. Great effort there in left field. Just couldn't pinch it into his glove.
And that ball was pulled just about as far as you can get away from the left fielder. And that's why he couldn't quite make a play on that one. That was Jack Guzman. Diving in, and it just bumped right out of his glove.
And this is a grounder to the left side of the infield. Still a bouncer into the glove of Bryce Anderson. And a nice dig play over there at first to get the second out, but not before Braden Mitchell heads home. And it's another 5-3 advantage for the Moo.
Catcher number 6.
As Eamon O'Gorman will ground out, but we'll get an RBI for us. Troubles. And that will bring up the bottom of the order in Tucker Horner. Couchounet still stands over on second base after his RBI double got in and out of the glove of Guzman, and Horner had an RBI single his first time up to the plate. We'll try to bring home another base runner. That one misses low, and T. Smith looked like he was teed up to call a strike and said he leaves at 1-1. An even count is now put to 2-1. And the top of the order coming up for the Moo if Horner can end up getting on the base path.
And Tucker Horner has yet to strike out this season, and that eye we just saw there is exactly why he's done that all year.
Thought about pulling the trigger. Instead, leaves the bat on his shoulder. And home plate umpire says too far inside. This one is put into left field, and it gets down. Jonathan Thornhill waving home the runner. Here's the throw in from left field, and is going to be safe. So a 3-run bottom of the third inning keeps things rolling here for the Moo, and they have a 6-3 lead.
They're really testing Guzman out in second base, wanting him to get his cardio in for the day. 2 straight balls out to him, and now we have a mound visit for the Sodbusters.
Back-to-back RBI singles for Tucker Horner, and the lead is the largest of the day for the Moo. And that is head coach Alex there for the Sodbusters. In place of Victor Rojas, like I said earlier, is right now in Lawrence. Nobody in the bullpen. I think he's looking to keep Morrow out there, as now T. Smith will start to head his way over to the mound. And Alex gets the hint. He'll head back to the dugout. Morrow will stay on the bump. And he has the leadoff man, Ripken Fleck, who has seen 2 pitches, hit 2 pitches. 1 for 2. The last one he saw was an RBI double into the left center gap. And I was talking to him earlier, and he says the reason he likes to swing at the first pitch is because sometimes that's the best pitch he sees in the at-bat. The pitcher is looking to start strong, and that's why he likes to swing at those. So if anything is near the zone, he'll look to put it in play. Lefty on righty matchup. And that one is way outside, so he'll lay off that one and a 1-0.
And good eye there by Ripken Fleck. Obviously that one was way outside, but again, he struck out quite a few times, 4 on the season. Not going to do that here.
Horner over on first base. This one is put down the third base line. Matthew Scholes, that time a strong throw over to first base. And that'll end the inning, but not before 3 more come home for the Moo. Back-to-back 3-run innings. We'll head to the top of the 4th. A 3-run advantage for the Moo. And we would like to take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. I'd like to thank Visit Fremont and Dodge County. Planning your next Fremont adventure? There's always something happening in Fremont and Dodge County. Whether you're searching for great food, community events, unique shops, or outdoor recreation, you'll find plenty to explore right here in the heart of Nebraska. And we would also like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings. Fans, if you're not ready for the night to end after the final out, Buffalo Wild Wings has you covered. Grab a seat, order your favorite wings, and keep the sports action going at their Fremont location on East 23rd Street. And lastly, we would like to thank Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Just like a ball field needs a grounds crew to keep it in top shape, your property needs the right team too. Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides lawn care, tree services, and snow removal throughout Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944.
And now Burke Yasub comes up for his 4th inning of work. First inning gave up a run, last inning gave up 2. Most notably off that Isaac Coleman double, but now Isaac Coleman's been subbed out for Matthew Scholes, so we'll see if he comes back up to we'll see if he makes it to where Scholes is batting in the 5-hole. But for now, he has Kyler Matthews up first. The only freshman on either team, Garden City Community College commit from Snowflake, Arizona, comes up right now. And Matthews is 0 for 3 on the season, 4 plate appearances. 1 walk, though, and he did hit an RBI at one point, but now he's 0 for on the day. But here's an even count pitch. First pitch is way upstairs for Kyler Matthews, and he's ahead now 1-0 in his second at-bat of the day. Yasa again delivers this one in the top corner of the zone, and Kyler Matthews will take that. Now 1-1 for Yasa. Here is this third pitch of the at-bat, and Kyler Matthews will drill that one to Eamon O'Gorman out at second base. Fields it cleanly. Sends it into Jacob Koshnay, who put him away for out number 1 in the top of the 4th.
And that was a nice dig over there at first. It was a low throw for O'Gorman, who usually is pretty nonchalant out there, very comfortable, and might have gotten a little bit too short with that throw, but a nice dig for Koshnay.
Very nice dig, and now comes up the 9-man for the Sodbusters. That'll be Jack Guzman, who we just saw some action out in left field. 2 balls hit his way. Now he'll make a plate appearance, his second of the day, in the top of the 4th. 0-1 now here for Guzman. Guzman will swing on that one and hit it into the gap in between second and short. That is fielded out in left by Wyatt Throckmorton, who just has to throw it into second base to avoid Guzman advancing to second on that single there.
Nice base knock for him. That's what you want to see from the bottom of your lineup, contributing. You don't want just your lineup to be top half heavy, which hasn't really been the case for either team so far.
But we'll see the top half now with A.J. Estill. He'll take that first pitch in the zone. Down now 0-1 with 1 away in the top of the 4th. We have Guzman on first, but Estill's down 0-1. Moo leads 6-3 right now, and Estill will take that pitch down 0-2 now, and Estill has also struggled with strikeouts on the season. 6 on the year, struck out looking in his first at-bat of the day. Now he's down 0-2 and put in a tough spot. Yasa will pitch that one over to first base. Koshnay couldn't quite get Jack Guzman, who hasn't stolen a base yet this year. Sorry, he's stolen 2 on the season. Or no, he hasn't stolen one. I'm looking at the wrong name on my board there. Sorry about that, but now here's Estill. 1-2 count with 1 away. AJ is still at the top of the order. See what he can do with it. 1-2 from Yasa to Estill.
Hey, Prescott.
Estill will take that pitch, but Tucker Horner will make that throw to second base. Ripken Fleck couldn't quite tag him out in time. Looked like on the money on time, but just out of the way. Guzman, quick feet there to get over to second base. And now Estill has 2 balls and 2 strikes with Guzman on second. Only 1 away in the top of the 4th. Here Yasa delivers the 2-2 to A.J. Estill, who swings on that one and he misses that one. Fooled by the breaking ball is A.J. Estill, and Burke Yasa adds yet another strikeout to his collection. And now comes up Chance Verton for his 3rd at-bat of the day.
Yeah, Still struck out looking and struck out swinging a nice pitch and off speed to get him off balance.
And Verton's been really valuable for the Sodbusters this season. As I said earlier, he's the hometown kid. And in his third appearance of the day, he'll take a pitch upstairs and inside for ball 1 with 2 away. Here's Verton's second pitch facing this at-bat. Verton, take that ball. Drops into the zone for Berkyasa, and he's been finding the zone on repeat in this start so far. Here's Berkyasa, 1-1 with 2 out. And Verton will drive that ball into left field and just out of the reach of Throckmorton out in left field. That'll bring Jack Guzman in from second base. He'll score for the Sodbusters. 6-4 now thanks to that Chance Verton double, his second hit of the day.
And that gets things back here, and Jonathan Thornhill will come out for a mound visit.
And so far, Yasa's been very solid, striking out batters left and right, but he has given up 4 runs, and we'll see with the new added pitching depth we have with a few players returning to the Moo for the season. We'll see if JT decides to make a change here. Yasa's been successful on the bump today, striking out multiple batters, only putting a few on base as opposed to some of his other counterparts. But he's still given up 4 runs and a few hits, and notably that double there by Chance Verton. Verton sits on second base. That was his 7th hit of the season after he struggled in the first 2 games of the series, only hitting 1 for 8. But now 2 for 2 on the day. Now here's Osana in the 3-hole. Had a line out earlier in his last at-bat, but we'll see if he can make do with 2 away in the top of the 4th. He takes that first pitch for ball 1, though. Osana from Arkansas Tech, but before that he was at Phoenix College as a Chandler, Arizona native. He'll take that pitch on the outside corner. 1-1 count here with 2 away. Top of the 4th, Moo leading 6-4. Here's Yasa again. 1-1 count. Who delivers to Osana. Wow. That ball was put right in the top corner. Osana has to take that one, but instead he'll now be down 1-2, 2 away. 1 pitch remaining this inning is Berkyasa. Osana will take that pitch as well, and just a little bit upstairs. Now 2-2 for David Osana. 2-2, 2 away, top of the 4th. We'll see if Osana can make do with his runner on second. Osana swings on that pitch, and it's grounded right to Ripken Fleck. Backhand fields that one and delivers a line drive straight to Kushney on first base. It will end the inning. Sodbusters escape with a run, but couldn't quite make do of Chance Verton, who was on second base. Now we have a read from our sponsors in this 4-2 game, starting off with Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Just like a ball field needs a grounds crew to keep it in top shape, your property needs the right team too. Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides lawn care, tree services, and snow removal throughout Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944. Next up, we have S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Just as a good defense keeps the field clean, S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse helps keep our community clean from recycling and trash collection to roll-off dumpsters. They're proud to serve Fremont and the surrounding area. Lastly, we have Tommy's Express Car Wash. Fans, if your vehicle has picked up a few more hits than you'd liked lately, stop by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Their quick, high-quality washes and free vacuums will have your ride looking like it just came off the showroom floor. And now comes the Moo batting order, with Cale Morrow still on the bump for the Sodbusters. Leading off for the Moo, though, we have number 12, Giovanni Malatesta, who's been a force to be reckoned with in this series, collecting hit after hit. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the day, and we'll see if he can make it on base yet again. Malatesta came into this series getting on base 60% of the time, and he's done even more of that in this series. 2 for 4 in Game 1, 2 for 3 yesterday, and now 2 for 2 in Game 3. The Moo leads 6-4 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Malatesta's first batch of his 3rd at-bat. He'll swing on that one, fouled over to the Fremont dugout, and Fowles and Giovanni Malatesta go hand in hand.
Yeah, this is a great guy to have in the box to start this inning. 6 of 9 in his past 3 games and looking to go 7 of 10.
And here's Malatesta down 0-1. He'll take that ball upstairs. And the one thing about Giovanni Malatesta is he's always the first guy on the field. Every single player just talks nonstop about how Giovanni is one of the first guys on the field and always wants to get in extra work. And it shows on the field with his performance so far this year. Malatesta's up 2-1 on this count in his 3rd appearance of the day, leading off in the bottom of the 4th for the Moo. Here's Malatesta. He'll take that pitch. Now up 3-1. Hitters count here in the bottom of the 4th for the leadoff man. Morrow hoping to find the zone here for his pitch against Malatesta, but Malatesta puts him in play very easily, and instead of putting this one in play, he'll just take a base and walk over to first base. And that'll bring up Wyatt Throckmorton, the left fielder today from Southwest Community College. For Southwest Community College last season, he's appeared in 46 games, hitting about .298 on the year, 36 hits, 26 runs, and 18 RBIs. He also tagged along 2 home runs, but he pitches as well. 56 innings pitched on the season, 6.11 ERA, 35 Ks, and only allowed 65 hits. Here's Throckmorton in his 3rd appearance of the day, and he'll foul that one off down the first base line for strike 1 of the count.
Yeah, he's a dual player that can get you hits at the plate and also innings on the mound. A great utility player for JT.
He needs a lot of those. No shortage of people needed in these summer league teams, and Throckmorton will take that pitch. Now 0-2, none away, but got to expect Throckmorton to defend here down 0-2. We'll see what he does here. Morrow delivers the 0-2, and that ball hits Throckmorton. That's something that's unaffordable there if you're the Sodbusters. Allowing a runner down 0-2 just get on base and take it free. Really unfortunate. Now that'll put Giovanni Malatesta on second, Wyatt Throckmorton on first, and Easton Leahy up to the plate, who's been successful so far in this series. Obviously yesterday had just a triple shy of the cycle and was the real MVP in Game 2. That the Moo would end up winning 7-3. We'll see if he can pull some more heroics here in this close game, 6-4 in the bottom of the 4th. Fremont Moo lead, but here's Leahy up to the plate. He'll swing on that ball, and it's driven out to left field. Guzman tries to track it down on the warning track, but he can't quite get there. That'll advance all runners. Just 1 base. Now the bases are loaded, none away in the bottom of the 4th. And Kilmorrow's in a rough spot with Braden Mitchell up to the plate.
I thought that one might have been over the wall again. Leahy hit the top of that Moeller monster yesterday, and if he wouldn't have been held up by the runners on 2nd and 3rd, I think he would have tried to take an extra bag.
I think he definitely could have gotten that extra bag, but instead it'll be bases loaded for Braden Mitchell. Sorry, that's not Braden Mitchell. That's Tyler Schroeder in the 5-hole. And he'll take the first pitch of the at-bat, down 0-1. But can't get too aggressive here with runners on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Here's Schroeder. He'll take that ball outside and low. Now 1-1, evens the count. Tyler Schroeder from Northwestern College appeared in a lot of games, 67, career .289 hitter. And on that pitch, he's fooled. Just a little bit behind that fastball, and it's 1-2 for Tyler Schroeder. Yesterday in Game 1, he played in. He went 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout, but today he has a he has a single, but did get struck out in his first appearance. Now he'll take that pitch for ball 2. 2-2 count for Tyler Schroeder, who has only struck out a few times this season, only twice, but also only gotten on with a walk 2 times. Here we'll see what Schroeder can do with the 2-2. Schroeder will take that ball way outside, and Now it's a full count, none away, and the bases loaded. Tough spot here for Cale Morrow.
And the infield is in, so I think they're looking to come home and preserve this 2-run deficit, or possibly try and turn 2, but force out at any back.
See if that reigns true here. Here's Schroeder. He'll swing on that pitch and miss. Cale Morrow rings him up. And now that's the first out of the inning for Cale Morrow and the Sodbusters. Still in trouble, though. Braden Mitchell comes up to the plate. Doing pretty well on the day. Got a walk and a single, but now the bases are loaded with 1 away. And Mitchell will take that pitch low and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, now I think the infield can play back. They don't need to come home with it. And if it's a hard ground ball, they can just try and turn 2.
We'll see if that's the case. Here's Mitchell. He'll swing on that ball. Popped up into left field, or left center, I should say. Fielded by the center fielder. But Malatesta will tag up from third and bring one home. The Moo now leads 7-4 thanks to a sacrifice fly there made by Braden Mitchell. Osana couldn't quite get that one in from Malatesta and wouldn't even test it. So he couldn't get that would be Throckmorton over to third. Now Leahy is still on first and Throckmorton on third. Jacob Koshnay comes up to the plate in the 7-man at first base today with 1 pop out so far on the day. He'll swing on that ball and foul it off over to the dugout. And he's down 0-1 in his 3rd appearance of the day. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Koshnay has struggled with strikeouts on the year, 4 in only 12 at-bats. But we'll see what he does here. Koshnay will take that pitch and runners advance thanks to a wild pitch. We saw that base stolen there from Wyatt Throckmorton, but after it's mishandled by the catcher there for the Sodbusters, Kapitsa, who hasn't got that much experience so far this summer, Leahy would also advance to second. Now there's no force outs with 2 away. Koshnay will take that ball for ball 2. 2-1 count, 2 away, bottom of the 4th. Move already brought 1 in, and the runners are on second and third. Here's Koshnay batting 7th for the Moo. He'll take that pitch as well, and as I said, he's struggled with strikeouts on the year, but he's also gotten walked 3 times. 11 plate appearances, and 7 of those being strikeouts or walks. Not really putting the ball in play that often, but we'll see if that can change here. Here's Koshnay. Koshnay will drive that ball into left field, and that ball is out of here. A 3-run shot by Jacob Koshnay puts the Moo up 10-3 in the bottom of the 4th.
Now that one was blasted out there, and that left field fence has seen a lot of balls come and go. That is a great at-bat and the largest lead of the game. The Moo already have 10 runs, and we're only in the bottom of the 4th.
I mean, real explosion from this team. Yesterday, when you think about it, not that many runs scored, only 10 in the second game and 11 in the first for the 2 teams that are at the bottom of the league in ERA, but this one's a little bit more explosive, and Jacob Koshnay capitalizes on that. He had 2 home runs this season for Iowa Central Community College, and that's his first in his tenure with the Moo.
And right now you got to be thinking, if the Sodbusters are looking to put another pitcher on the mound, I think they're going to try to let Morrow finish off this inning. But a couple warming up in the bullpen.
And we'll hope Morrow can escape out of this one if you're a Sodbusters fan. But Eamon O'Gorman and the Moo will hope to keep hitting off of him, as he's been struggling with confidence in this inning and definitely the last few as well. Now Eamon O'Gorman's up 2-0 with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. That's been very rewarding for the Moo. He scored 4. O'Gorman will take that pitch, and now he's up 3-0. Probably looking for a take call here. 3-0 count, 2 away for Eamon O'Gorman, the second baseman. He's been everywhere in this series. He'll take that pitch outside. Take his base. Or not. Guess we were messed up on our count here. Thought that was 3-0, but instead it must have been 2-0. O'Gorman. Swing and a miss. 3-1 count now for O'Gorman, but he's still ahead. still can be a little conservative with this one. Oh, sorry, 3-2 count for Eamon O'Gorman. O'Gorman will take that pitch high, and he'll take his base. Eamon O'Gorman will make his way to first base, and now we're at the bottom man of the order, Tucker Horner, in the 9 hole and catching for the day, but he's been successful. 2 hits, 2 singles through 2 at-bats. See if he can continue some of that after this mound visit for the Sodbusters.
Yeah, I think this might be Cale Morrow's last pitch. I saw the head coach for the Sodbusters motion over to his bullpen, so that's going to be the day for him. 3 2/3 innings and a lot of runs coming home.
Yeah, really unsuccessful start here for Cale Morrow. Had a 9 ERA heading into this one and was allowing 10 hits per 9. Well, he allowed 9 hits in 4 and 10 runs in 4. Struggled today, but we'll see if the Sodbusters can rebound. Here's Ryan Spencer up at the mound. Spencer from Graceland University. He's hit, and he hasn't pitched a single game at Graceland, but he's hit so far this season. He played in the last game, in one of the games yesterday, but now he's throwing here for the Sodbusters, who are in kind of a rut right now, down 10-4 in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, but good news is he doesn't have too many men on the base path, just one with O'Gorman. And that run won't be his responsibility if it comes home, though. That'll be the responsibility of Morrow. A tough batter coming up, though. Horner, 2 for 2 and 2 RBI singles.
Yeah, Tucker Horner at the 9. He played pretty well in the first game yesterday, at least from on the plate. He went 1 for 2 and had a walk. And today he's had 2 singles in his 2 appearances. Tucker Horner's been a very valuable bat. Got to expect to see a lot more of him for the rest of this summer.
And right now I think the message for Ryan Spencer is to just fill up the zone. Morrow struggled with some command issues. Had a nice first inning, but since then it's been 10 straight. And right now you just want to get out of this inning.
That he does. He has 2 away to do that in a forced play at second or first. With Tucker Horner, the 9-man, up to the plate. We'll see if he can get out of this jam here, or if this inning will extend even longer. Tucker Horner for his 3rd at-bat of the day on the first pitch from Ryan Spencer. Horner will take that one low, and he's up 1-0 in his 3rd appearance of the day. Horner from North Dakota, also going to Mayville State, small town school up in North Dakota. Will take that pitch again. Ball 2 with 2 away. And you said Morrow struggled with command issues, and so was Spencer throughout his first 2 pitches. We'll see if Horner can make do with that. Here's Tucker Horner. He'll hit that ball, and it's popped up right behind home plate and caught there by Magnus Kapitsa on the backstop. That'll be a 3rd out of the game, or 3rd out of the inning. Get away. Moo successful in that one. 4 runs, a lot of hits. Home run capitalized there by Jacob Koshnay. 3-run bomb. And now it's 10-4, the Moo lead. Before we get into the 5th inning, though, we have a few words from our sponsors. First off, it's Keel's Barbershop. Just like a ball player needs to look sharp on game day, you can look in top form with a visit to Keel's Barbershop. It's been serving Fremont since 1974, and they're bringing classic barbering and friendly service to every customer who walks through the door. Next up, we have the Nebraska Lottery. You feeling lucky tonight? Well, the Nebraska Lottery offers Nebraskans the chance to win exciting prizes while helping support important programs and initiatives across the state. Whether you're picking up a scratch ticket or trying your luck with your favorite draw game, every ticket purchased helps make a difference right here in the state of Nebraska. You must be 19 years or older to play. Finally, we have a word from Methodist Fremont Health. From routine checkups to unexpected emergencies, Methodist Fremont Health is proud to serve the people of Fremont and Dodge County. With experienced providers and compassionate care, they're helping keep our community healthy every single day.
So 10 straight runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings for the Fremont Moo. Have them in control here at Mueller Field. 6:31 on a bright Sunday afternoon here in Fremont, Nebraska. And now coming in relief for the first time tonight will be Keegan Hansen. Hansen has pitched 4 1/3 innings, a 6.23 ERA, has faced 21 batters, struck out 4 and walked 4. And he'll look to shut down these Sodbuster bats. Were able to score 11 in 2 games yesterday and so far have 4 today.
And Keegan Hansen's a real fan favorite, known as Hot Dog on the team. A lot of fun. A lot of the guys love him, and so do our fans.
He'll face off against Bryce Anderson to start off this inning. Anderson 0 for 2. A slow grounder that ended with him getting on base on a throwing error from Yasa, and then a fly out to center field. Righty on lefty matchup to start things in the top of the 5th. And the top half of the order just ending here for the cleanup batter. Hansen will look to deliver his first pitch. And that one is well outside the zone, and 1-0 count.
Still, that's the first pitch of the day for Keegan Hansen, way outside the zone. We'll hope he dials in if you're a Fremont Moo fan.
2 balls outside the zone, and it's a hitter's count for Anderson. Looking to get things started for the Sodbusters, who found themselves down 6 here. Three straight balls from Hansen.
Can't give that many pitches to Bryce Anderson. Bryce Anderson has been far and away the best hitter for this Sodbusters squad, getting on base about 60% of the time, slugging also over 500. Home run, multiple RBIs, and now he'll take his base.
A 4-pitch walk as Anderson will saunter his way down to first, and a leadoff runner for the Sodbusters. And Yasa, after 4 innings of work, gives up 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Did his job and now has a lead for the Moo, as that brings up Isaac Coleman. A new batter, that is Matthew Scholes. Forgot he switched out with him. So now this will be his first plate appearance and first at bat of the day. As Anderson over on first with nobody away. Thought about it, instead kept his bat back, and now it's 1-1.
And Matthew Schultz hit 1 for 4 in Game 2 yesterday, and was one of the 3 runs hit in by Isaac Coleman's home run in the top of the 1st.
This one is cracked foul down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hansen looking to get out of this inning clean. He's already allowed a base runner after 4 straight balls. Looking for a hard hit grounder to try and keep the base runner on first. The 1-2 misses as Horner is able to keep that in front of his body armor, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Tucker Horner's a little bit lucky. That's not one of the Sodbusters' fastest base runners over there at first base, and Bryce Anderson. A lot of other runners on this squad would have taken advantage of that there.
That one misses. T. Smith says 3-2. A fastball just outside and below the knees, and a full count for Scholes.
Scholes has only struck out 2 times on the season. We'll see if Hansen can make it his 3rd.
That one misses low, skips into the glove of Horner, and he'll call time as back-to-back walks are issued to the first 2 batters in the top of the 5th.
And Keegan Hansen needs a visit here from his catcher, Tucker Horner. Pats him on his back, tells him he's good. Should remain confident. I know he's given up 2 walks, but now he's in to the middle of the order, the 6-man Max Israel. Not a tough batter to face at all, but he's got to stay confident so he doesn't make him pay.
Israel was 2 for 3 in the first game of yesterday night's doubleheader. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a sacrifice fly. 2 base runners aboard. Anderson on second and Scholes on first. Hastings trying to chip away at this lead. And another breaking ball that is too low, and 1-0.
And Max Israel gets on base pretty well for this Sodbusters squad, but he's had a strikeout problem. He's had 5 on the year. He got struck out looking in his first appearance by Berkyasa.
Hansen leaves that one upstairs in a hitter's count. Israel has nobody away here in the top of the 5th. Both teams looking to extend their streaks of runs coming home. 3 in the past 2 for Hastings. 10 in the past 3 for Fremont. And Hansen will put one in the zone, a fastball that gets by Israel. And now he'll be given the green light to swing. This one is fouled straight back. First time that Israel has lifted the bat from his shoulders, and Hansen will try to make this a ground ball. Force play at first, second, or third base. And again, some trouble for Fremont. Bottom half of the order coming up for Hastings. This one is put into left field, and the batters will be held up on their respective base paths, so a no-out single for Israel juices the bases.
And Max Israel collecting another hit. He had 2 in that first game yesterday. Was over on the day today, but there he loads the bases with a 0-out single in the top of the 5th.
And that'll bring up the 7-hole hitter, Magnus Kapitsa. 0 for 1 today, was hit by a pitch and then popped up. And he has plenty of offerings on the base path to bring home. Israel on first. This one is line drive into left field. It gets by the diving glove of Easton Leahy. 2 runners are coming home. Here's the throw from left field by Throckmorton. It's not in time. And that is a 2 RBI single for Magnus Kapitsa. And Hansen, coming in relief, has already given up 2 runs.
And unfortunate there by Keegan Hansen, not starting this one off too well, but Magnus Kapitsa, very talented hitter, plays for Hastings College and stayed in the area for the summer, and he done pretty well. 2 hits in his 3 at-bats heading into this game.
Base runner will head over to third. Here's the throw down there. Is it in time? The base runner had too much momentum, slid off the base path. That was Max Israel. And Easton Leahy kept with the tag. Saw that the base runner couldn't get back to third base in time. And that'll be the first out of this inning, courtesy of a throw. And the first successful one from Horner. He's got to feel good about that strike down to third base.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, Tucker Horner struggled in the first game and struggled a little bit early in this one. He had a nice ball to Ripken Fleck earlier that he couldn't quite tag him. But there he is with a perfect throw to Leahy, who will tag out Israel at third, getting the first out of this inning and escaping the runners in scoring position.
Kapitsa still on first after Leahy was able to tag out Israel. Hansen floats one inside for ball 2. Matthews 0 for 2, a pop-up and a ground out. Just his 7th plate appearance of this young year. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities in the lineup. And now he'll look to make an impact as a pickoff move over to first sends Kapitsa diving back. It's now a 4-run affair. 16 total hits between these two teams. That one is high, and now 3 balls, 1 strike. And Hansen does not want to lose another batter. He's already walked 2 and has allowed 2 singles. His defense has been able to tag out a batter. Hitters count for Matthews. That one is too far inside. Horner finally founds it. So 3 walks in this inning, as Hansen has yet to retire a batter, and that will prompt a mound visit from Jonathan Thornhill. Capita on second and Matthews on first. 2 singles and 3 walks has been the top of the 5th so far. But 1 away as the bottom of the lineup, Jack Guzman, will come back up to the plate.
And Keegan Hansen has struggled in the start of this one. I wonder what's going on. I mean, he's been one of the most consistent players for the Moo so far this year. Before yesterday, he was the only one to tally a win. Through 4 innings, faced 21 batters, had 4 strikeouts, and only allowed a whip of 1.38. Now in this one, he's struggled quite a bit. Walk on walk on walk, and giving up a walk to the 8-man Kyler Matthews is not ideal.
And here is Jack Guzman, his 6th plate appearance of the year. So some of these batters in the bottom half coming in for just the 2nd or 3rd time. Got his first hit of the season last time he came up to the plate. And Hansen delivers a first pitch fastball right down the zone.
I mean, way to respond from the mound visit there. He puts that ball right where Guzman can't really get a hold of it, but it's still in the zone. 0-1 now. Hansen's up.
This one is put into play. A slow chopper right to Ripken Fleck, and his only play is over to first base. Jacob Couchene stretches, and he's going to be called too far off the base path as the infield umpire calls Jack Guzman safe. So that'll be an infield single for Guzman, and the bases are jacked yet again. As the top of the order will come back up to the plate in A.J. Estill.
I know that didn't result in an out, but that was an effortlessly looking play by Ripken Fleck. He got on his horse, ripped that ball, and just a little bit off, so Couchene couldn't get the out there.
1-0 the start of this count for Estill. 2 strikeouts and a single. Righty on lefty matchup as Guzman on first, Matthews on second, and Capizza over on third. That one misses inside and low. And Estill represents the tying base runner. Hitters count for the shortstop. Estill will swing and foul this one straight back into the left side netting. 2 balls and 1 strike. And he's looking to bring home all 3 batters. A base knock would cut this lead in half. A 4-run advantage has been shortened to just 4. And he did go all the way around. T. Smith says yes. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Estill. Top half of the order coming up for Hastings. Here is the 2-2 offering. That one just misses the top of the zone. And it's a full count here for Estill.
Really close pitch there by Keegan Hansen, but he'll need to lock in for this full count with the bases loaded.
Here's his payoff. It's in the zone, swing and a miss, and Estill will go down swinging for the 2nd time tonight, and Hansen records his first punch out. And now they just need 1 out, and the infield will scoot back.
And Hansen just blew that one right by A.J. Estill. A.J. Estill is one of the most successful batters for this Sodbusters squad. But the Wayne State pitcher himself, Keegan Hansen, will just blow it by for strikeout number 5 on the year.
And Horner will come out for another catcher-pitcher conversation. Trying to keep this a 4-run affair. Twice now have the bases been loaded, and Hansen will look to get out of a tricky pickle. Base runners will stay where they are. Guzman still on first, Matthews on second, and Capizza over on third. That breaking ball is too far outside, and a 1-0 count now for Chance Verton, who's 2 for 3 on the day, a single, pop-up, and an RBI double. Was 1 for 7 in the past 2 games yesterday night. And now he represents the tying base runner. Swing and a miss, and he was way behind that one as Hansen put in an off-speed pitch for strike one.
And again, Hansen with the velo there, gassing it right by Verton for first strike of this at-bat.
This one is put just foul down the first base line. Verton was on top of it just a bit too early. And after some off-speed pitches, Hansen might try to fly one past him like he did to Still. Sodbusters, 7 hits, looking for their 8th. Base knock would bring 2 home. Here's the 1-2. It's too high and at eye level for Verton. It's now even in the count. Verton trying to get his 3rd hit of this game. The 2-2 is in the zone. It's strike 3. It's going to be a drop third strike, but Horner just lops that one down the first base line. And Hansen does a good job to get out of that jam. Allowed 2 to come to the plate, but fought back, kept his composure, and put the final 2 batters away. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning with your Fremont Moo leading 10-6.
That's no easy play there, made by Keegan Hansen. After battling or struggling to start the inning, he battles back, ends the inning with 2 strikeouts, and that's a very big save with the bases loaded there. And the Moo, leading by 4, had the Sodbusters dug into that a little bit more, it would have been, I don't know, a little difficult.
So as we head to the bottom of the 5th, we'll take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. We'd like to thank Subway, home of the legendary footlong, stacked with all your favorite toppings and made fresh right in front of you. Next time hunger steps up to the plate, head to Subway, located at 549 East 23rd Street, and knock it out of the park. Subway, eat fresh. And also, we would like to thank Raising Cane's. Tonight's game is brought to you by Raising Cane's, serving hot chicken fingers, fresh Texas toast, and quality meals made fresh every day. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street and grab a meal after the game. And lastly, we would like to thank Fremont Family YMCA. Looking to stay active this summer? Visit the Fremont Family YMCA on North Lincoln Avenue, offering fitness, youth programs, swimming, and more for the whole family. And Ryan Spencer will come out for the 2nd inning. 1/3 of an inning already in the book for him as he came in relief for Cale Morrow. And he'll have to face off against Ripken Fleck, the leadoff batter, who is 1 of 3 today, 2 groundouts and an RBI double. And Fremont looking to extend their lead. Their biggest lead of the night has been 6. That was cut to 4. And they look to continue their hot hitting streak as we take a little bit of time as T. Smith will look to get back on his blue shirt. Might have gotten a little bit too hot. It's 82 degrees out here, and boy, can that equipment get pretty toasty out there in this weather.
Definitely can, and a little bit of clouds in the sky, but not enough to keep the sun off of everybody on the field. And for an umpire, that's no easy task.
Smith will put his sunglasses back on, put his cap on his head, and maybe we'll have an umpire switch here. Bill Biven does have the helmet on, which is usually what the home plate umpire wears. Not sure if he just needed to cool down or maybe there was a wardrobe malfunction, but he's over there in the Fremont dugout, still getting situated. And I think Bill Bivens is just keeping that helmet warm for him. Here comes T. Smith out of the dugout, hop, skip, and a jump in. Looks like he's ready to go.
And Ripken Fleck is also ready to go. Obviously, in his last at-bat, you talked about it, an RBI double, and yesterday he had 1 hit that was arguably an error. depending on how you look at it. An infield single, first real hit, last at bat, and now he's hoping to extend that confidence into this one.
In his first 2 at-bats, he swung at the first pitch he saw. First time he's seen Ryan Spencer. And he is beamed in the left arm, and he'll head down to first base. And a leadoff hit by pitch for Fremont. We'll start things off here in the bottom half of this frame.
And that ball was fast hitting Ripken Fleck. I'm sure that one was not easy to take, but took it like a champ. And he'll make his way over to first base.
And the head coach for the Sodbusters is coming out to have a conversation with T. Smith. I think the conversation might be about how Ripken Fleck might have leaned into that one. You are not allowed to do that as a batter and try to purposely get hit by a pitch that is close to you. It's the only thing I can assume. And T. Smith will confirm his call and will keep Fleck on first base.
Not really quite sure what the argument was there. It's pretty obviously right at Ripken Fleck in the batter's box. It looked like he was trying to take him out. Surprised there wasn't a little rush in the mound there, but instead Ripken will move to first.
And a fastball from Spencer will put a 0-1 count for Giovanni Malatesta. 2 for 2 on the day. Has reached the base path all 3 times. Last time he's come up to the plate, he was walked, and that one is off the end of his bat for strike 2.
And it is so important to get ahead of Giovanni Malatesta. 0-2 count now, and really he's dominated all series. So down 0-2, we'll see if he has some more struggles like he hasn't in the rest of the series.
Fleck over on first. And that off-speed pitch can't drop into the zone. 1-2 for the 2-hole hitter from Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Currently attending Texas A&M International University. Looking for his 3rd base knock. This one is in the zone. It's a slow chopper to the left side of the infield. Coming in on it is A.J. Still, and he makes a throw on the run. And a solid shortstop for Hastings puts one away.
Both shortstops in this one have made plays that are just really look effortless, but it's not very easy to get on your horse and get up and get down, feel the ball, but also rip it to first, especially with Giovanni Malatesta, a very speedy base runner. Instead of Still, work him out, and we'll move on to the next.
Fleck will head over to second base. Runner in scoring position for Wyatt Throckmorton. 0 for 1 with a lineout. Has been hit twice by 2 pitches. And he watches the first one straight down the middle.
That ball dropped in perfectly there for Ryan Spencer, and Throckmorton didn't quite know what to do with it.
Throckmorton will foul one straight back. And after the leadoff hit by pitch, Spencer has been starting ahead in the count. Back-to-back 0-2 starts. Trying to sit down his first batter, courtesy of a K. That one takes a bounce in the dirt as Spencer looked home and looked back to Fleck on second. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kind of surprised we didn't see a little attempt there by Ripken Fleck. He's stolen 2 bases on the season and 100% stolen base percentage. Good effort there by Spencer on the mound, though, to make sure Fleck doesn't get to third.
1 away and 1 on board. That one nearly grazes the right knee of Throckmorton. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I swear these Moo batters must have a magnet to them or something, because the way they draw and hit by pitches, it's unparalleled.
Even in the count for the 3-hole man. Base hit would bring home Fleck. This one is swung straight back and fouled off. Count will remain the same. Fleck looking to come home, and Easton Leahy will come back up to the plate. He's in the on-deck circle. Righty on lefty matchup. Halfway through the third game of the series, and that one drops into the zone. T. Smith rings up Wyatt Throckmorton for the second out, and he does sit down his first batter as he now completes his first inning of work.
Third baseman.
I mean, what a beautiful curveball to drop right into the zone. Throckmorton wanted to take that one, but instead it dropped right in. Beautiful breaking ball and great usage of it there in the 2-2 to get Throckmorton out with a backwards K.
And here comes Easton Leahy playing third base tonight. Hails from Omaha, Nebraska. About a 40-minute drive from here. Currently attending Wayne State College. 1 for 3. This is a ground ball over to Matthew Scholes on third, and his throw across the diamond is there. So after a leadoff hit by pitch, Spencer takes care of the next 3 batters he sees, and we will go to the top of the 6th inning in a 10-6 lead for the Moo. And again, we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors. We would like to thank Visit Fremont and Dodge County. Planning your next Fremont adventure? Visit Fremont and Dodge County has everything from local events and dining to outdoor fun and family attractions in the heart of Nebraska. And also, we would like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings. Catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up wings, burgers, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite day of the week. And lastly, we would like to thank Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn looking game ready? Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, and snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work.
Got a quick question for you, Prescott. When you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, what do you get?
Usually just wings.
Oh, of course. Well, Coach JT Thornhill yesterday told me that he's a burger at Buffalo Wild Wings guy. What an interesting thing. But we just want to thank Buffalo Wild Wings yet again. They're hosting both teams for our dinner tonight after this series. Been a great sponsor for us throughout this year. And as we head on to the top of the 6th, Keegan Hansen's in for his second inning of work today.
Congratulations, Section C.
The Wayne State pitcher has been successful on the year, but gotten to quite a jam in the last inning. He gave up 2, but he closed out the inning with 2 strikeouts with the bases loaded. We'll see if he can, continue on that foot or if he'll regress back to the beginning of the innings habits.
Well, he did a good job to get out of that jam, and he's looking to make his life easier, starting off here against Osana.
Yeah, and Osana in at the 3-man. He played in both games yesterday. Went 0 for 2 in the first and 0 for 2 in the second. And he's been struggling in this one as well, but that was with Brooke Yasa. We'll see if Keegan Hansen will have the same fate. Here's David Osana in his first appearance against Keegan Hansen in the top of the 6th. Osana will take that pitch down in the bottom outside corner. Keegan Hansen will get him with strike 1 looking.
That's how you want to start off this inning after struggling in your first inning of work.
That you definitely do. Now here's Hansen yet again, up 0-1. Osana will swing on that ball and foul it off right near the Hastings dugout. Had the net not been there, would have probably hit a car in the parking lot. Saved some damage there. That net did. Now Osana's down 0-2. The top of the 6th as the leadoff man. We'll see what Hansen comes up with an 0-2 lead, coming off of back-to-back Ks. Osana will take that pitch a little low, and 1-2 count now for the leadoff man in the 6th. David Osana, yet again, the Arkansas Tech baseball player, coming up into his senior season, will foul that one off behind the plate and stay alive. 1-2 with none away in the 6th. David Osana, prior to his days in Arkansas Tech, played at Phoenix College as a Chandler, Arizona native, and this season he played in 27 games, hit about .216 with 6 hits. Osana this time will drive that ball to Leahy at third. He stops it, but he can't quite field it cleanly. Osana will get into first on a single.
Yeah, and that's always a tough play lasered right down to Leahy and couldn't find the ball after it ricocheted off his glove. And it's a nice hard hit base knock there for Osana.
That it was, and now we're down to the 4-man. Bryce Anderson, who's been one of the best hitters for this Sodbusters squad all year. As we said, he has 5 hits, first on the team, 5 runs, second on the team, and has a home run. One of 2 members in the squad, too. The other being Isaac Coleman, who hit 2 in the games, in the first game yesterday and 1 in the second. And now Anderson's up yet again, down 1-0 in this count. Hansen delivers to Anderson for the righty on lefty matchup. Here's Anderson. He'll take that ball, but it'll stay in the zone. Keegan Hansen evens up the count at 1-1 with David Osana on first base in the top of the 6th. 10-6 the Moo lead right now, but there's a runner on first and the best batter on the Sodbuster squad up at the plate right now. Bryce Anderson will take that pitch way outside, and David Osana will steal second with relative ease and looked around for third, but instead will hold off. Be okay with just second base, I guess.
Yeah, well, he started his dash over to second before Hansen even began his delivery. He's done a good job to get great leads and great jumps, and could have even had a chance as he was rounding second to head to third, but Horner was able to get to that ball.
And Osana came into this series with 4 stolen bases, and he's one of the superstars in that regard for this team, along with A.J. Still, the leadoff man at short. But now here's Bryce Anderson, up 2-1 in this count. He'll take that pitch, and Osana will advance to third with another stolen base. 3-1 count, none away. Osana on third with Bryce Anderson at the plate.
He's just done such a good job of getting the timing from Hansen and getting able to get great leads, and he's over on third after 2 straight swipes.
And Bryce Anderson has tied for team leading 5 RBIs. See if he can add another here. And instead he'll foul that ball off, and Hansen will take it to a full count. 3-2 for the 4-man in the top of the 6th. Bryce Anderson, 3-2, none away. Osana's on third base. We'll see what he does with this pitch here. Hansen should probably put this one in the zone. And he does that right to Anderson, who will ground that ball to the right fielder, and Osana will basically walk into home. That brings in the 7th run of the game for the Sodbusters, and Keegan Hansen's already allowed 3 in 2 innings.
And Anderson shows right there why he is the 4-hole hitter. Their job is to bring in runners, and he did so there with that base knock.
He definitely did that. He's 2 for 3 on the day, and there he brings in his 2nd single, this time bringing in an RBI. Now comes up Matthew Schultz, who subs in for Isaac Coleman at third base. Schultz played in the first game yesterday, but not the second. His first pitch of this at-bat will pop that up to Ripken Fleck at short. Field it cleanly. Out number 1 of inning number 6 for the Fremont Moo. 10-7 lead, but Bryce Anderson remains on first base.
I think if you're Scholes there, you might have want to seen a few pitches come to the plate. We've seen that Hansen hasn't had the greatest control, so that first pitch swing kind of derails the momentum they had going into this inning a little bit.
I totally agree with that one. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now Hansen will deliver to Max Israel. He's been a key member of this squad in this series. Israel will take that pitch. Ball 1 for Max Israel in his 4th appearance of the day. Israel so far struck out looking, but also hit an RBI single. Now here he is, down 1-0, his 3rd appearance. Hansen will take his time to send the ball over to third base, or first base, I should say. Make sure Bryce Anderson doesn't try anything silly with a steal. He hasn't really done that yet this season, but can never be too certain with this Hastings Sodbuster squad. As Hansen will pitch that ball into Israel, foul it back behind the plate, and now it's 1-1, 1 away, with 1 run so far in the inning. A lot of ones.
A lot of ones. You got to be really wary on the mound if you're on this Fremont pitching staff. You got to try to find a way to shorten those leads over on first.
Definitely so. And here Hansen will deliver to Israel. To be a strike there. But Horner couldn't quite field it cleanly. Gets there in time, so Bryce Anderson can't get to second. Guess that will be a ball. 2-1 count here with one away in the top of the 6th. 2-1 pitch here from Hansen. That'll be right down the pipe. Keegan Hansen evens the count at 2-2. Max Israel takes that one right down the pipe. Now Israel in at second base. Trying to make something do with 2-2. Only one away. Runner on first is Bryce Anderson, who will remain in place as Israel will foul that one off out behind the Hastings dugout. And we have some kids in the stands getting to run that ball down. Keep a piece of memorabilia from this one.
It's always fun when you're a little kid catching foul balls.
Of course, got to have your glove out there, everything. Although, I suppose there's not people out in home, considering Jacob Koshne. That would have been a cool catch, Would've. But instead, Israel will be in a 2-2 count after the foul ball. And this, he'll swing on that pitch, and it'll deliver it right to Eamon O'Gorman at second base. He'll flip it to Ripken Fleck. Comes in and covers from short. And he'll rifle it over to first to Jacob Koshne. And a double play will end the inning. Moo struggled early in that one with Keegan Hansen, but he'll control it. Double play will end the inning. Sodbusters only get one. 10-7 is a score in the bottom of the 6th now for the Fremont Moo. Fremont Moo come up to bat, but before we get there, we'll read from our sponsors. First off, we have Visit Fremont and Dodge County. There's always something happening in Fremont and Dodge County. Whether you're searching for great food, community events, unique shops, or outdoor recreation, you'll find plenty to explore right here in the heart of Nebraska. Next up, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up wings, burgers, cold drinks, and nonstop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite of the week. And finally, we have Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Just like a ball field needs a ground crew to keep it in top shape, your property needs the right team too. Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides lawn care, tree services, and snow removal throughout Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944. Now comes up Ryan Spencer for another inning of work, and he's been not too shabby on the day so far. Getting away through 1 in the 3rd inning, not allowing a run in that stretch. But this Fremont Moo have plenty of hitters who will try to take advantage and put that first one on the board. Starting off with Tyler Schroeder from Northwestern College. Lefty hitter, righty thrower from Stillwater, Minnesota. He's coming into his junior season, measuring up at about 5'11", 175. Sorry, 195. Little off on that count. 20 pounds, kind of a decent difference.
Not that much.
Tyler Schroeder in the left-handed batter's box, up against
Tyler Schroeder.
the righty Ryan Spencer. Schroeder been not too shabby on the day. Hit a single, but did strike out earlier on. And now he'll come up yet again. Here's Schroeder on the pitch from Ryan Spencer, leading off in the bottom of the 6th. Schroeder will swing on that one and fly it out, but right into center field. Not enough power on that one. Routine fly ball there, caught by the center fielder, David Osana. And that'll be the first out of inning number 6 on the day for the Fremont Moo. Now comes up batter number 6, Braden Mitchell, into the DH today. Not too bad on the day, a walk, a single. But now he's coming up for another at-bat in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Mitchell. He'll take that ball outside for ball 1.
And I think it's good that he's taking that first pitch. Hasn't had a extra base hit in a while since that first game. I'd like to see him get aboard here.
Well, he'll have a good chance here. Up 2-0 throughout his first 2 pitches. Good spot to be in the hitter's count. Here's Braden Mitchell on the pitch from Ryan Spencer. Mitchell will take that one in again inside, and he's up 3-0. It's only one away in the bottom of the 6th. Fremont leads 10-7 right now. 9 hits apiece for each squad. But Braden Mitchell looking to add another one to that collection. Instead, he'll take that ball low. Strike one of the at-bat. 3-1 count with one away.
Yeah, if you're the Moo right now, you want to try to up the pitch tally for Spencer. Doesn't have too many as he's been able to get out of innings quickly.
That he has. And Mitchell will ground that one in between second and short. He'll get right by the second baseman. That is Max Israel, and he'll walk his way into a single, or run his way into a single in the bottom of the 6th. 10-7 is the score here in beautiful historic park, or Moeller Park, Moeller Field, I should say, in Fremont, Nebraska. Moo lead 10-7, bottom of the 6th, and Braden Mitchell, as a second batter this inning, gets on with a single after a strikeout first up. Now we have Jacob Koshnay. His last at-bat, he had a big 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th. Ball's way gone over the Moeller monster out and left. Here's Koshnay yet again. Maybe he can replicate what he did last time. For now, he'll just take that pitch. Little low. 1-0 count here for Jacob Koshnay.
Yeah, he's had great power tonight, a double and a 3-run shot. And he might try to do what Leahy almost did yesterday. Just needs a triple and a single for the cycle.
We'll see if he can get that done here. And Koshnay will hit that one straight to third. Ball is rocketed. So Koshnay will slide right into first. Thinks that ball being mishandled a little bit. Not an easy play there for Matthew Schultz, especially as it's not his usual position. Here's that belongs to Isaac Coleman, who came out of this one. No word from how that went.
And I think I might give him the benefit of the doubt there and give him that single. That was a hard hit ball.
I definitely would.
Many players could have gotten that over at third, so now just like Leahy, he just needs a triple.
And Eamon O'Gorman will see what he can do here after that single there made by Jacob Koshnay with one out in the bottom of the 6th. O'Gorman will take the first pitch for 1-0 count here in his third at-bat of the day. Eamon O'Gorman grounded out at one point, but it was for an RBI with a sacrifice. See if he can bring in another run here possibly in the bottom of the 6th. The Moo leading 10-7. O'Gorman will swing on that one, and it's hit right into the gap in between first and second. Braden Mitchell will come in from home, and that ball is thrown in on from right field, but not in time. Catcher couldn't quite get back to the bag, and that'll advance O'Gorman and Koshnay to second and third. Only one away. No force outs. So they'll escape the double play possibility.
And a nice piece of hitting right between that gap in first and second. Right into right field. And Thornhill sent the runner home in Braden Mitchell.
And as we said, throughout this game, Tucker Horner has been very valuable on the plate. 2 for 2 with with 2 singles. See if he can do a little bit more here. Tucker Horner with one away. On the pitch from Spencer. Horner will swing in. That ball will be flied out way behind home plate. Down 0-1 in his sixth inning appearance. Tucker Horner here, down 0-1 with one away, but runners on second and third. We'll see if he can drive in a run or two. Horner, swing on that ball, and it's driven out, popped out right over to second base. No tag play made. Second base is a little bit short of a distance to run from third to.
Yeah, just a little more umph on that, and maybe the third base runner would have tried to come home. And nice play there over on second from Israel.
Yeah, and Horner got a little bit too much under that one. That's why it ended up being popped out. Had he been a little bit higher on the contact, probably drives that one in for a base hit. At least drives in a run or two. But now comes Ripken Fleck. Ripken Fleck hit an RBI double in his last at-bat after grounding out in at-bat number 1. We'll see if he can do a little bit more what he did last time. Here's Fleck. Take that ball upstairs.
Yeah, Spencer has to attack the zone here. Hasn't given up a walk yet so far. And he's given these batters the leeway they've needed to put some in play.
And putting them in play, they have 13 hits on the day for the Moo, and Fleck will take that pitch inside the zone. 1-1 count here with 2 away for the number 1 hitting number 1. Ripken Fleck at short from Augustana University. Didn't get much play time there, but he's got a lot for this Moo squad this season. And he'll swing on that ball and foul it off. Back behind the plate again. He'll stay alive. I guess that'll be the second strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, I think he's changed his approach a little bit after his ground out and RBI double. Just saw 2 first pitch at bats. Now looks like he's taking a little bit more time in these plate appearances.
And Ripken Fleck from Millard North, state runner-up just when he was in college 2 seasons ago. They ended up winning it this year in Class A of the NSAA. And he's looking for more success here with the Moo. Started off the season 3-5. After a win last night from the Sodbusters, they jump ahead of them into 5th place after dropping the first one, which bumped him down to 6th. Now here's Ripken Fleck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They'll swing on that one, and it's hit right to short. Still will field it and throw it there, but it's not fielded cleanly out at first base by Bryce Anderson, and that'll bring in a run. Braden Mitchell comes in to score for the Moo. Second run of the inning, driven in by that error by the first baseman.
Yeah, sometimes what you got to do is just put the ball in play, and is still usually very solid throwing it over from shortstop to first, and Anderson is shaking his head. He's regretting that he should have put that one in his mitt.
And instead, Giovanni Malatesta comes up to the plate, and he had his first out so far today in his last appearance, but Ripken Fleck will steal second after that pitch is taken by Malatesta in the bottom right of the zone for the first strike. As we saw in the last at-bat, Malatesta got down 0-2, and that's when he was hit with an out, his first of the game. We'll see if Spencer can replicate that, but instead he'll be a little bit low, and now it's 1-1 for Giovanni Malatesta. Malatesta leading the team in hits, 12 so far in the season. Also has 4 RBIs, walked a few times here and there, 5 on the year. Only striking out 3 times, and was hitting .429 heading into this series, and that average has been bumped a little bit thanks to 3 solid performances so far.
It's the guy you want at the plate right now.
Definitely so. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th, and Malatesta will take that pitch low, and 2-2 count for number 12, Giovanni Malatesta. And we've talked about Giovanni Malatesta's bat quite a bit, but he's also been very solid in center field, not making very many errors at all. And he put a lot of outs away in that second game yesterday to seal the deal, the last one by him. Malatesta will take that pitch low, and now he's in for a full count here. Probably going to see a few foul balls. That's what Giovanni Malatesta does best.
Yeah, and I think if Ryan Spencer loses the batter here, the Sodbusters might think about bringing in another pitcher. I've seen a few warming up in the bullpen.
Nobody's in there now, but they're watching over there. Let's see what happens. Full count pitch. Giovanni Malatesta drives out into left field. It's fielded by Guzman, but not in time. 2 runners score on Giovanni Malatesta's single, his 3rd of the day and 13th hit of the year. The Moo now lead 14-7 in the bottom of the 6th, and 14 runs, 14 hits. The Moo offense has exploded today.
Yeah, their most runs this season, and I think they're kind of exercising some of their demons that they had in that 3-game series against Grand Island where they scored 14, 10, and 13. So this is a great time to really put the pedal to the metal, and I think this might be the night for Ryan Spencer.
I mean, it probably will be, but I mean, this is kind of what you expected from this series coming in. As I said earlier in the broadcast, these 2 teams came into this series leading the league in ERA. I mean, Fremont allowed 10.9, almost 11 runs a game heading into this series, while the Sodbusters allowed 9 themselves. So I expected this to be high scoring. Yesterday's wasn't quite that. I mean, it was a little bit. It wasn't low scoring, to say the least, but definitely wasn't as high scoring as this one today, and this is kind of what I expected. It's been a fun, real electric game to be on the call for.
Yeah, and I think the new pitcher on the mound will be Cam Dahlgren. was in the batting lineup yesterday, so another man on either team who can be at the plate and also up on the bump.
Now pitching.
And Cam Dahlgren from Las Vegas, Nevada, actually attends Hastings College. Wonder what drove him to Hastings from being from Vegas, but he was a real diverse utility player there at Hastings this season. He only had one at bat. He struck out, but on the bump, he threw 46 innings, 6-2 win-loss record, and a 4.05 ERA, 31 Ks, only allowing 49 hits. Dahlgren, as you said earlier, was also at the plate. Yes, just as recently as yesterday, and has a few others on the year. He was 1 for 3 last night, 2 hits on the year, 1 run, but now he's at the bump.
And we'll face off against the other utility player that has been anywhere from left field, right field, to mound, and now also back up for the 5th time.
And Throckmorton will take pitch number 1 for an outside strike. Down 0-1, 2 away. Malatesta on first. In the bottom of the 6th. 4 runs already scored in this inning. We'll see if there can be more added. But Throckmorton will take that pitch for ball 1 inside with 2 away. 1-1 count here for Throckmorton in the 3-hole today. Out in left field. Throckmorton will swing on that ball, and it's driven out to right field with a grounder. And that will advance Giovanni Malatesta to second, and Throckmorton will slide into first with Easton Leahy coming in next.
It doesn't seem like there's an answer so far. These bats have caught fire for Fremont.
Number 11.
That they have, and this is a perfect time for that. Now Easton Leahy at the plate. As we said, the hero of last night, and he's been a big batter for Fremont all this season. We'll see if he can get a little bit more of that magic going in the bottom of the 6th. That's been another successful inning for the Moo. That pitch is taken for ball 1, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think every inning I've called has been successful ones for the innings or for the Moo. I should probably just call all of them, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Now here's Leahy up 1-0. Take that pitch. Just a little bit outside. It stays in the zone. 1-1 now with 2 away. Easton Leahy, former state champion 2 seasons ago at Gretna East. He beat my Bennington Badgers. Was at that game in appearance. And Gretna East dominated that game. After the game before, they went to 18 innings with Scott in the semifinals. Real thriller. But now he's up 2-1 against Cam Dahlgren. And Leahy will foul that one off back behind the plate. Out to my left here in the booth. And 2-2 count with 2 away for Leahy here. 2 men on. 1 on first being Wyatt Throckmorton, and second base has Giovanni Malatesta. Here's Leahy. 2-2. Easton Leahy will swing on that one, and another foul here. Third of the at-bat, and he's staying alive. And Easton Leahy plays for Wayne State College nowadays. He appeared in 9 games this season. Hit about 250 on the year. 2 runs, 6 RBIs, a home run, and a double. And he added his first home run with the Moo last night, also adding a double. Here's Leahy again. He'll take that pitch up and out for a 3-2 count. 3-2 count for Easton Leahy with the Moo up 14-7 with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. 15 hits on the day, real successful on the bats. And now here Leahy will foul another pitch off. This at-bat just keeps dragging along.
Keeps dragging along, and not a spot you want to be in if you're Cam Dahlgren. Came into a sticky situation already, and this inning could have been over a few bats ago. Ripken Fleck was able to keep the inning alive. And a throwing error, or technically I would say a fielding error at first base. Anderson couldn't dig it out.
But now Easton Leahy will get caught swinging out a breaking ball that drops down to the plate. Easton Leahy strikes out there to end the 6th inning and provided so much for the Moo. Moo now lead 14-7 as we head to the 7th. After a few words from our sponsors. First off, we have S2 roll-offs and refuse. Just as a good defense keeps the field clean, S2 roll-offs and refuse helps keep our community clean. From recycling and trash collection to roll-off dumpsters, they're proud to serve Fremont and the surrounding area. Tommy's Express Car Wash also sponsors the Moo. Fans, if your vehicle has picked up a few more hits than you like recently, stop by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Their quick, high-quality washes and free vacuums will have your ride looking like it just came off the showroom floor. Lastly, we have Keel's Barber Shop. If you're in need of a haircut, step up your style with Keel's Barber Shop in downtown Fremont. They've been delivering classic cuts, beard trims, and an old-school barber shop service since 1974.
And thank you from that word for our sponsors. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. And after being down by 6, Hastings was able to cut it to 3, and now in a big 7 deficit hole. And looks like now on the mound, I thought that was 24, so thank you for the correction. That is number 34, Brendan Strenke, from Clayton, Wisconsin, currently attending Creighton University. Nice man to have on the mound for Fremont. It's one of those new pitchers that was added. And he'll look to keep this a 7-run game for the Moo, as Hastings will come back up to the plate. They've scored in 4 consecutive innings. 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. They alternate there, and we'll see if Strenke can cut off their oxygen valve that has been so important to them so far. 9 hits already with 7 runs. The 2 errors have really put them in this deficit here, so Strenke will face off against Magnus Kapitsa. Had a 2 RBI single in his last plate appearance and is 1 for 2 on the day. Bottom half of the order coming up as that one whizzes by for ball 1.
And way to get out of the way there by Kapitsa, because that ball was zooming in from Strenke. Strenke, the Division I closer, he only appeared in 9.1 innings, but he only gave up 3 runs in that stretch. Throwing about 90 behind the plate and can't quite get control, I guess.
That one was behind the head of Kapitsa. The first one was in on his hands, and that time he has to lean forward instead of backward, and it's a hitter's count for the 7-hole hitter. Kapitsa from Dallas, Texas, currently attending Hastings College, as do quite a few on this Hastings side, and there we go. Strike 1, and looks like Strenke has found the zone.
Expect a lot more of that. Strenke, before he was at Creighton, played at Iowa Western, and he was very, very successful there.
That one is high, says home plate umpire T. Smith. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hastings has tried to claw back into this game several times. That one finally does end up hitting Kapitsa. After one was thrown inside behind him, that one finally hits him. And a 5-pitch walk issued to Kapitsa. He'll head down to first and a leadoff man for the Sodbusters.
Well, there's no shortage of velocity there from Brendan Strenke. I mean, Kapitsa was shaken up after being hit on that pitch, but not a lot of control in his first appearance for the Moo. Hoping he can dial that in. Close this one out, the 7-run lead.
Now that brings up Kyler Matthews, 0 for 2, a pop-up and a ground out. Walked in his last plate appearance. Still batting 0s on the year, and he has Kapitsa over on first. Will take a high fastball for ball 1.
And as I said earlier, Kyler Matthews is the only rising freshman. I talked about his pitching stats, but he also hit .416 this year. 61 RBIs and 99 hits. Also tallied 2 home runs.
Another fastball misses the outside edge. And the second straight 2-0 count for a Sodbusters batter. Looking to get into double digits in their hitting stat line. Here's the 2-0. T. Smith says strike 1, and it's a 2-1 count. Second time that's happened in these 2 appearances. In the on-deck circle is Jack Guzman, who has back-to-back singles, so Strenke has to be careful here. That one misses inside, and it's another 3-1 offering for a Sodbuster batter.
And I thought Strinky would find the zone yet again after that last strike, but instead it'll be 3-1.
That one misses high at the numbers. And it's a hit by pitch and a walk for the first two batters. And it seems like usually it takes a little bit for some of these Fremont pitchers to gain their composure and find the zone on a consistent basis. It's happened a few times. Hansen came in and was a little all over the place. And Horner will come out, give a little bit of a pep talk, as the 9-hole hitter will come out for Hastings with 2 aboard and nobody away.
And Coach Thornhill yesterday was talking about how much having Strinky on this squad would be valuable, but throughout this first appearance tonight, he struggled.
Kapitsa on second and Matthews on first. Guzman up at the plate. 2 for 3. That one is in on his hands for ball 1. Seems like that's where Strinky has been missing, up in the zone. Here comes the 1-0. Make it 2-0 and the third straight 2-0 count for Hastings.
And what I see right now is the Hastings dugout fired up. They're chirping away, and that's what they've been said to do all season. They did a lot of that last night. Not as much in the second game, though, thanks to the win by the Moo.
Strinky misses high again. Both base runners are going to sneak to their advancements, and a 3-0 count. And in danger of loading the bases. And obviously going to have a take signal here. If Strinky has only thrown 2 strikes in these first 3 batters, you're not going to lift the bat off your shoulders. You have to make him pitch one in the zone. Lead off and top of the order coming up for Hastings. That one misses high once again.
And this relief has been pretty poor from the Moo today. Burke Yasa gave a quality start, only giving up 3 runs. Or 4 runs, I should say, but he had a lot of outs and tallied them up. And Hansen and now Strinky have struggled, especially to find the plate or find the zone. A lot of walks given up. I'm going to struggle.
The one consistency that these pitchers have had is striking out a Still. He's 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Strinky misses high yet again. And a 1-0 for a Still. Like I said, 1 for 4 was 2 and 5 in total of yesterday's doubleheader. 1-0 is 2-0. It sneaks past Horner. And here comes Kapitsa after hit by a pitch. He comes home. And the base runners will advance to second and third. And Strinky in some trouble here.
And you got to wonder what's going through JT's mind right now. As Strinky has only thrown 2 strikes through 4 batters and allowed a run. And men on second and third.
Matthews on third. Now Guzman on second. That one gets by Horner again. It's 2 straight wild pitches, and Horner will call for time. I think that ball might have snuck behind the backstop, or might have gotten stuck. A 3-0 count as another base runner comes home. And the Sodbusters haven't had to lift the bat off their shoulders.
I mean, a real disaster inning so far for the Moo. Giving up 2 runs, and as you just said, Sodbusters haven't had a swing yet.
Still has a take call, and that one catches the lower half of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Maybe that'll get Strinky going here. And now Still will be able to swing freely here. Does so. It's right into the glove of Strinky. He looks back the runner on third. And he gets his first out of this inning. A soft ground out right back toward the pitcher.
And Strinky struggled so far, but you can see the real experience play there, obviously in years of community college and at Creighton, to make sure that the runner does not advance from third over to home.
That'll bring up Chance Verton. Single and an RBI double. He's 2 for 4. Struck out swinging in his last appearance. And Stranky puts that one on the outside corner for strike one.
And Verton did not appear this year in his freshman season at Emporia State, but for the Sodbusters, he's been one of their best batters. He's batting second.
3 for 10 in his past 10 appearances, and now it's a even 1-1 count. Verton in the DH spot tonight. Got Guzman over on third, and this one gets past Horner. And after loading the bases, 3 wild pitches will bring home 3 runners for this Hastings side.
I mean, quite possibly a disaster scenario for the Moo in this inning. 1 out, only 1 ball made contact with, and Sodbusters have scored 3 runs.
That one drops into the zone. I guess the good news is there's no more runners to bring home with the bases cleared. And now it's 2-2 for Verton.
Like your positive outlook there.
It's good to have that sometimes.
Could use some of that.
Swing and a miss. And Stranky a much-needed strikeout to put away the second batter. No ducks on the pond. And that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter David Osana. And Stranky will try to get out of this inning after having some major control issues and quite a few pass balls that brought home 3 runners, and now the lead has been shrunk to 4 yet again.
And that breaking ball just had Chance Verton fooled on that last pitch, collecting Stranky's first strikeout of the day.
That one pops into the zone. Now it looks like he's found his form. 0-1 for Osana, who is 1 of 3 on the night with 1 walk. This one is lined right back up the middle. Nearly careens into the second base bag, and that's going to be an infield single for Osana. Second straight base knock, and that'll bring up Bryce Anderson, the best hitter on this Hastings side.
And pretty solid knock there by Osana. Put it just right out of reach of the 2 men patrolling second base, and now Bryce Anderson comes to the plate. Not too shabby of a day for him. See if he can do some more work with it.
1 for 3 with an RBI single and a walk. And that fastball too far outside as Horner has to go into the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 for Anderson from Carterville, Illinois, currently attending Bellarmine University. Was 1 of 3 in his first game with a walk. Has the exact same stat line today, and now it's 1-1 for Anderson.
Got to get strikes up for against Bryce Anderson. Only struck out 4 times in the year compared to his 9 walks.
And Osana was dancing over on first base, daring Stranky to throw back. He does. 3-step lead over on first. And now it's a 2-1 count. Now it looks like he's found some of his form back. A lot of those pitches were up and away, and now coming down into the zone where some hitters can make some contact. And a half swing there from Anderson. Nice off-speed pitch to get him off balance.
Again, the breaking ball is just so lethal from Brennan Stranky. Struggled a little with the control of the fastball, but that breaking ball has got hitters way out of sorts.
Here's the 2-2. Osana heading down to second. It's a skimmed throw right down to Ripken Fleck. Not in time, and Osana, another stolen base.
Not quite on time for Tucker Horner, but at least he put it on the spot. Avoided Osana getting all the way to third base, but you know he's going to probably want to try to steal more. That's what he's done all season. He had 2 stolen bases and 1 base appearance earlier. Got to expect more of that.
Full count for Anderson. Payoff pitch just misses upstairs, and he'll head down to first base. 2 aboard, 1 in scoring position, and that'll bring up Matthew Scholes in place of Isaac Coleman.
Third baseman, number 24.
And Scholes so far today has a walk, but hasn't done much else after his sub in for Isaac Coleman.
A nice inside fastball. Scholes has an 0-1 count, 0 for 1 on the night. A walk and a pop-up. Anderson on first and Osana on second. That ball is high. 1-1, 2 away and 2 on board. Middle of the lineup and middle of the order for Hastings. That one is low and inside as Horner scrapes the dirt with his mitt. 2-1 now. Trying to get out of this jam. 3 wild pitches accounted for 3 runs. And that one drops into the zone. A nice slider that just sneaks to the edge of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Strenke trying to punch out his second.
And as I said earlier, those breaking balls from Strenke have been his master class so far today.
That one is called for strike 3 by T. Smith. And Scholes is in disbelief. He can't believe that was called for strike 3. He'll be going back to the dugout, though. We'll head to the 7th inning stretch. And again, the lead is cut to 4, but Fremont will be back up to the plate, looking to add to their 15 hits on this evening so far. And, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, and Matthew Scholes, quite a tall guy out there. 6'3", and that's why he has such a big strike zone. Probably thought that was a little low, but that's what happens when you're so tall. It happens to Aaron Judge all the time in the MLB.
And this zone, like we've said, has been a little bit wide in there behind home plate for T. Smith. He's been more lenient with some of those calls. And you have to know that by now, 7 innings in, probably should swing at anything close to the plate. But we'll take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. We'd like to thank Keel's Barbershop. If you're in need of a haircut, step up your style with Keel's Barbershop in downtown Fremont, delivering classic cuts, beard trims, and old-school barbershop service since 1974. We would also like to thank Nebraska Lottery. Feeling lucky tonight? Nebraska Lottery gives Nebraskans the chance to win big while supporting programs across the state. Must be 19 to play. Nebraska Lottery. And lastly, we would like to thank Methodist Fremont Health. From routine checkups to unexpected emergencies, Methodist Fremont Health is proud to serve the people of Fremont and Dodge County. With experienced providers and compassionate care, they're helping keep our community healthy every day. And Cam Dahlgren will continue his night of work. He'll come back up and face Tyler Schroeder, a righty on lefty matchup, to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's a first pitch strike on the outside corner.
Dahlgren struggled a little bit in the last inning. We'll see if he can focus in and retool.
Schroeder, 1 of 4 on the day. This is put right back up the middle and skips over that elevated part on the mound in the middle infield. And a base knock to start things off here in the bottom half of this frame.
And Schroeder grounded that ball beautifully right through the gap in between the shortstop and second. It had to be fielded by the center fielder in David Osana. And that causes Schroeder to slide into first. And Braden Mitchell is now up at the plate.
Mitchell is 2 of 3 with a walk. Had a sacrifice fly to bring a runner home and singled in his last plate appearance. It's a 1-0 count for the 6-hole man. Was 1 for 3 in the first game of yesterday night's doubleheader. Count is in his favor at 2-0.
Good eye there from Mitchell. You gotta hope he continues that. Struggled a little bit. 5 strikeouts heading into this one.
This one is grounded slowly over to third base, and Scholes' throw skips into the glove of Bryce Anderson. It'll move the base runner over and bring up the man of the hour, Jacob Couchene, 1 hit away from a cycle. Just needs 3 bases to do so.
And I want to commend Matthew Schultz there on third base. A little distraught after the called looking strikeout in his last at-bat to end the last half inning. But he comes over there and makes a play get the first out of the bottom of the 7th.
Tyler Schroeder over on second. This one is popped straight back from Kouchner. 3 of 4 on the day. Popped up in his first at bat and since then has not looked back. A double, a 3-run shot, and a single. Now looking for a few insurance runs as we head to the final few frames here at Moeller Field. And a nice slider in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes for the 7-hole man.
I don't know if you heard my whistle, but that slider was beautiful. Slid right into the zone. Perfect placement.
And the Minnesotan will go down swinging as Dahlgren fans his first batter for 2 away.
I mean, what a perfect
Second baseman.
at-bat there for Cam Dahlgren. Buzzing through, 3-pitch strikeout. The sophomore, rising sophomore that goes to Hastings College. Only had 1 strikeout this year. But for the Sodbusters, he already has a few.
And here is Eamon O'Gorman. Both balls he's put into play have brought home a base runner. A ground out RBI and an RBI single. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Also has 2 walks. He's looking to go 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And the fresh count now turns into a 1-0 for O'Gorman as that one missed away.
Good take there from O'Gorman. He saw what Dahlgren just did to Kouchner. Well, not trying to have the same fate.
Schroeder still on second after his leadoff single. That one misses low as Kapitsa will keep a base runner from advancing over to third.
And real sound catching there from Kapitsa. Getting his leg in front of that one in order to save a runner advancing.
Hitters count for the 8-hole hitter. O'Gorman leaves off of that one, and it's 3 balls, no strikes.
And after the last at-bat, I did not expect this one coming from Cam Dahlgren. He absolutely buzzed through Jacob Kouchner, but now O'Gorman up 3-0.
3-0 is now 4-0, a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. And now Dahlgren will face the bottom of the order as Tucker Horner will come back into the batter's box. And he'll take off his gear. Was prepping to come out back onto the field. Will take a little time to get prepared. 2 for 4 in the night. Also, both the times he's come up to the plate with batters in scoring position, he's been able to knock them home. 2 RBI singles and 2 pop-ups. And now he has Schroeder on first and O'Gorman on, let me flip those around. O'Gorman on first and Schroeder on second. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1.
Another beautiful slider there by Dahlgren. Put it right on the outside of the plate, but still in the zone.
Horner will swing at some high cheese. No balls, 2 strikes now for Horner.
Ball is just blown right by Horner. Dahlgren been buzzing through.
Fremont trying not to strand the base runners. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Horner might be able to get there in time. The throw is off target. And now here comes Schroeder. O'Gorman advancing to third. And on a drop third strike, anytime there's 2 outs, it doesn't matter whether first base is occupied or not, the base runners can go. And Magnus Kapitsa couldn't find it, ripped off his helmet, and his throw over to first was a little rushed. And that is the 3rd error of the night for the Sodbusters as another run comes home for Fremont. And really tough play there. Dahlgren gets his 2nd strikeout, but not able to put out the runner at first.
Just real unfortunate circumstances. If you're a Sodbuster, I mean, you strike out the last guy. Should be out number 3. Instead, it's a drop third strike. Run scored, and now leadoff man up.
And Fleck will lay off the first pitch he sees. So far today, he is 1 of 4 with an RBI double. O'Gorman on third and Horner over on second base. And he takes pitch number 2 in the dirt. Reached on an air last time he came to the plate and was the last base runner to come home, aside from Tyler Schroeder. So Fremont does get their insurance run. It's been a back and forth affair. Pendulum has swung both ways in favor of both teams. And Fleck will look to bring home another 2 and get the lead back to 7. This one is put sharply over to a still, and a still this time makes an accurate throw. And Bill Bilvin says it was in time for out number 3, and we'll head to the top of the 8th, but not before Fremont get another run to home plate. They lead 15-10 as we head to the top of the 8th frame.
And thanks to A.J. Estill right there again, his shortstop play, he just puts those balls on a rope from short to first. Makes it look easy, which is actually not.
And we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors yet again. We'd like to thank Subway. Subway is batting 1,000 when it comes to fresh flavor. Build your perfect sandwich, pile on your favorite toppings, and enjoy a meal made right in front of you. Visit Subway at 549 East 23rd Street. Subway, eat fresh. And we'd also like to thank Raising Cane's. Whether you're celebrating a Moo victory or just working up an appetite at the ballpark, Raising Cane's is ready to serve. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street for fresh chicken fingers and a meal the whole family can enjoy. And lastly, we would like to thank Fremont Family YMCA. Just like the Moo are staying active on the field tonight, you can stay active all summer long at the Fremont Family YMCA. Stop by North Lincoln Avenue for fitness, swimming, youth programs, and more for the whole family.
And now it comes to the top of the 8th. 15-10 lead, 5-run lead for the Fremont Moo. The home squad has hit the ball over and over and over in this one so far, but that doesn't mean the Sodbusters haven't too. 10 hits for the Sodbusters, and they got a lot of runs scored in the last inning thanks to just walks by Brennan Stranke. Stranke in his second appearance of the year struggled a little bit, but he looks to buzz through like he did at the end of the last inning. His first batter, though, will not be easy. It's Max Israel, the second baseman from the College of St. Scholastica. This season, he hit .323 in 17 games, 23 hits, 11 runs, and 16 RBIs. He also added a home run to that. We'll see what he can do here with this first pitch from Stranke. And what he does is he'll foul that ball way off behind home plate, way up in the air. And that will be 0-1 in Israel's first matchup against Stranke. Now comes a second pitch of the 8th inning, and that'll get Israel fooled. Breaking ball again, as we saw in the last inning. He's done a lot of work for this Sodbusters squad.
That's how you want to start after giving up 3 wild pitches in the last inning for 3 runs.
Definitely so, and he's up 0-2 against Max Israel right now. We'll see what he can do. And that ball again breaks to the corner, beautifully placed, and that's why he's D1.
Yeah, and these batters really have to figure out by now that T. Smith has a much wider zone. They've been upset with his calls, but he's not going to change the way he's calling the game behind home plate.
Honestly, you're giving a lot of good advice. They should listen to you out there.
No, they they should not.
Well, that'll bring next up in the 7-hole, Magnus Kapitsa, who's again fooled by the breaking ball there from Stranke. And Stranke took a little bit of struggling in the first inning. He played in the last one. He gave up a lot of runs, but now he's buzzed through. Another strike. That's 5 straight strikes to start the inning from Brendan Stranke. 1 pitch away from strikeout number 2 of this inning. Kapitsa, though, as we said earlier, is no easy foe to do this against. And he'll check swing that one slightly outside and collect Stranke's first ball of the inning.
And been pounding the zone so far.
And Kapitsa so far in the day has been hit by 2 pitches, but also collected a double earlier on. But this time he'll be rung up. His first strikeout of the season. He'd only gotten out one time so far this season, earlier in a pop-out. But now he strikes out. Thanks to Brennan Stranke, his second strikeout of the inning. And now brings up Kyler Matthews, the freshman in right field.
And Matthews has been walked back-to-back times. And I don't think Stranke is going to give him that again, though. 3 straight strikeouts.
A lot of work done by Stranke. We'll see what he does with first pitch against Matthews, and it's a little bit low. Matthews has a lot of discipline for only a freshman, as I've said. The only kid who just graduated high school who's playing in this game. A lot of experience around him, but he's not flustered at all. Staying in, walked twice in a row, as you just said. Take his first pitch for ball 1, and that one he'll take again. Inside the zone, 1-1 with 2 away in the top of the 8th. Moo leading by 5. Kyler Matthews in the zone yet again. He'll take that ball upstairs. Stranke now down 2-1 in this count against Kyler Matthews, who's batting in the 8-hole. Matthews will take that pitch way outside. Oh, not outside. Looked to be a little far away, but I guess not. We called for a strike. 2-2 count with 2 away. Kyler Matthews still up at the plate. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. One more strikeout to go a 1-2-3 inning for Stranke. See what he does. And that ball is taken. Matthews had to get way out of the way of that one, making sure Stranke didn't hit him. A lot of velo on that pitch. He's had struggles controlling his fastball in this one. But now, see what he does. Full count, 2 away. 3 straight strikeouts by Stranke. We'll see if he can make it 4. And that he almost does. But Kyler Matthews will chip that ball just a little bit, so it'll escape behind the plate. Foul ball. 3-2 count in the top of the 8th. Kyler Matthews in the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And that ball is swung on and again fouled away. He's staying alive here in Fremont.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for right now, down 5. Just keep alive, and quite a different inning from Stranke after a mighty struggle in his first inning of relief.
Couldn't have said it better myself again. Struggled so much in the first inning, but here he is in his second inning. But before we get too ahead of ourselves with Stranke closing out this one, Kyler Matthews will bloop a single out into center field. He'll get on for his first hit of the season against Brennan Stranke from Creighton. Now brings up Jack Guzman. Guzman batting in the 9-hole, but he's had a successful day. Multiple hits so far, and also been okay in the field. Guzman will take that first pitch outside, 1-0. He's ahead.
He has reached the base path 3 straight times. The man you want at the plate to extend this inning.
Not often you hear that out of the 9-man, but it's been Guzman's night. Take that pitch inside, though. 1-1, 2 away with Kyler Matthews, the Arizonian, on first base. Now here's Stranke delivering to Guzman. Guzman will take that pitch down low. Horner will collect it soon and quickly, just so Kyler Matthews can't escape to second base, as we've seen a lot from this Sodbuster squad. He's doing a lot of bases, but Kyler Matthews hasn't really tested the waters yet. Here's Guzman yet again, and he'll take that pitch up and out. 3-1 count with 2 away. Guzman facing his Guzman being Stranke's 4th opposing batter of the inning. He buzzed through the first 2, but Kyler Matthews, the freshman, had a nice hit in his first at-bat, or his first hit of the season against Stranke. And now Guzman will walk his way over to second base, and that'll bring off the leadoff man, A.J. Estill. Estill hit pretty well last night. Again, 2 hits in the combined games, multiple walks. Had a ribby in the first, but today he hasn't done as well. Now he'll take the first pitch from Brennan Stranke. Stranke down 1-0 early in this at-bat, and we haven't seen a lot of first pitch strikes. Not always ideal to get behind in the count if you're a pitcher. Here's a still. He'll take that pitch inside, ball 2. Now AJ is still in a position to make some damage thanks to Stranke. Buzzed through the first batter's K and then K. But now 2 straight runners on before AJ is still. AJ is still will take that pitch, and it paints the corner. Brennan Stranke putting that ball exactly where he wanted to there.
Now force out at any bag for the infield. And it still has to be hungry for a hit. 3 strikeouts in this game. And just a solo single.
We'll see what he does here. Still will take that pitch high. 3-1 count with 2 away. Is still so far in the day, as I've said earlier, is not done as well, but from Nelson University, did a lot this season. Played in 37 games, hit .258 with 32 hits, and also recorded 23 RBIs. Is still here. We'll take that pitch down the pipe. 3-2, full count. 3-2, 2 on, 2 outs. We'll see what the leadoff man, AJ Still, can do here. Brennan Stranke trying to close this inning out and close the door on Sodbusters, who've done some work here, but instead that pitch will be taken. AJ Still is hit with a backwards K. And the Moo escaped this inning after 2 runners get on without giving up a run. 10-15, the Fremont Moo lead in this home baseball game against the Hastings Sodbusters in matchup 3 of the series. But before we get into the bottom of the 8th, we have a few words from our sponsors. First off is Subway. Subway is batting 1,000 when it comes to fresh flavor. Build your perfect sandwich, pile on your favorite toppings, and enjoy a meal made right in front of you. Visit Subway at 549 East 23rd Street. Eat fresh. Also, next up we have Raising Cane's. Tonight's game is brought to you by Raising Cane's, serving hot chicken fingers, fresh Texas toast, and quality meals made fresh every day. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street and grab a meal after the game. Lastly, we have the Fremont Family YMCA. Looking to stay active this summer? Visit the Fremont Family YMCA on North Lincoln Avenue, offering fitness, youth programs, swimming, and more for the whole family. And that place is a real special one. The Fremont YMCA is actually the biggest in the country. Something that Fremont can always hold, at least for the time being. Now we have Cam Dahlgren on the bump yet again, hoping to escape away without giving the Moo any more runs. Moo already up 5 in the bottom of the 8th. Could be their last time seeing the plate today if they hold on, but before then, they have to do some damage with the bat. Leading off, we have Giovanni Malatesta, the 2-man for the day, and he's been absolutely consistent. Last night, I said when you look up consistency in the dictionary, you get a picture of Giovanni Malatesta because that's what he's been for this squad all year. Driven in base hit after base hit after base hit, gotten on no matter what. As I said earlier, he came into the series getting on base over 60% of the time, and that number has even gone up in this time against the Sodbusters. But now he comes up 0-0, fresh count, with none away in the bottom of the 8th. Malatesta from Dahlgren. He'll take that pitch downstairs. Ball 1 for Malatesta. And if I'm Cam Dahlgren, I probably wouldn't want to give Malatesta a first base ball. When he gets ahead on counts, he usually does a lot of damage, but there's his trademarked foul ball, as he likes to stay alive in just about every single count. And Giovanni Malatesta is somebody that the team can always get around. Coach JT yesterday was talking about what their plans are with practice after this, as Giovanni Malatesta grounds that ball to AJ is still on short. We'll punch him out. But Malatesta, all season, all his players said, Giovanni Malatesta doesn't need rest. He'll keep going to work, and he'll want to hit this weekend on the days off. Now up, though, we have Wyatt Throckmorton. batting in at third. The left fielder has been not too shabby on the day. He got hit by a pitch, but did get hit with a backwards K, but also caught a single. We'll see what he can do here against Cam Dahlgren in the bottom of the 8th. He'll take first pitch for a strike. Down 0-1 with one away. As I said, 15-10 lead for the Fremont Moo. If you're just tuning in, it's been an offensive explosion from each side. 26 combined hits and a lot of walks on as well as that. And now Wyatt Throckmorton will ground that ball, chopped it up just light enough to where Matthew Schultz has third. Couldn't get into it in time before Throckmorton got to first.
It's going to be a foul ball.
Will be a foul ball. I stand corrected there. Got a little pole block in my view right there.
Oh.
Thought that bat was broken for a second, but it's just Easton Leahy picking it up for Throckmorton. Throckmorton's now down 0-2. After that one was chopped. Dahlgren to Throckmorton. 0-2, one away. In the bottom of the 8th. Throckmorton will take that pitch down and outside. 1-2 count, one away for the Sodbusters. Throckmorton from Southwest Community College again. Batted .298 there. This season, though, he hasn't hit as well. Hitting 200 heading into the series, but he'll crack that ball out towards left field, and it'll be fielded cleanly by Jack Guzman. Guzman's had a lot of action in both the field and the plate today.
And right now, the best thing Fremont can do is get one more insurance run, but as of now, they'll have to have a 2-out rally if they want to add any more to their tally.
Ooh, I like the rhyme there, Prescott.
That was not on purpose, though.
Oh, you got to take credit for it, you know. Easton Leahy will come up to bat. The Gretna East alum who's played at Wayne State this year. He'll take that pitch for ball one. Had to back up and away from that one. It's coming hot at him. Didn't get the classic Fremont Moo hit by pitch. He doesn't have any on the year. One of few on this team. Here's Easton Leahy with one ball. No strikes, and he'll take that pitch again. Ball two. With two away in the bottom of the 8th. Cam Dahlgren has delivered in this entire night over and over. He struggled in his first inning, but last inning buzzed through. This inning's been just like last one, but Leahy will make contact on that one, and that'll be fouled down the left field line towards third base. 2-1 count now here for Easton Leahy. As I just said, he plays at Wayne State Division II school. He appeared in 9 games this season, and he had hit .250, even tallied a double and a home run. Now here's Leahy yet again, and he'll take that ball down low. 3-1 count here for Easton Leahy. MVP of last night. Probably won't get that tally again today unless something crazy happens, but I've seen crazier before.
Now 1 for 5. Looking to go 2 for 6.
Here's Leahy. He'll swing on that ball into short. The surefire glove of AJ still isn't as surefire on that. Broadcaster's jinx helps the Moo there. And Easton Leahy reaches due to an error made by AJ Still.
And that's the second time he struggled to try and get the ball out of his glove and throw it over to Anderson. And another time that an inning has been extended because of a poor throw or poor glove to hand transfer from the shortstop.
And the first time that happened, got a few runs in for the Moo. They'd be okay with it if that happens again in this 5-run affair in the bottom of the 8th. Only a little bit left in this one, but we'll have more action for you coming up soon in a few days. The Moo will head down to, is it Sedalia?
Mm-hmm.
Sedalia for a road trip, and they have some more road games after that. 6-game road stand this weekend, and another 6 or 5 or 6 next weekend.
Yeah, 5 after that.
11 straight road games for the Moo. A lot of traveling. Get up that gas mileage. Not ideal in this time, but Tyler Schroeder will take that pitch down low for ball one.
Yeah, 2 for 5 on the night, trying to go 500.
Always got to strive for that. Schroeder coming into this weekend was only hitting 125, so this number will boost his average at least a little bit either way. Schroeder now up. Now evened 1-1 with 2 away. And Easton Leahy on first base. See what Schroeder can do here. Here's Tyler Schroeder. He'll take that ball outside, and Kapitsa behind the plate was ready for Leahy to try to steal, but Leahy wasn't doing that. Leahy has stolen only 1 base this season, but he's 1 for 1, so not too shabby. Didn't want to test Kapitsa there, but Schroeder will chop that ball up. 2-2 count after the foul ball hit towards the Hastings dugout with 2 away, bottom of the 8th for the Fremont Moo. Real quality inning here from Dahlgren. He gave up 1 run last inning, but he gave up a few in his first inning of work. But this one's been very, very stout. Schroeder will take that pitch outside, and he'll get caught looking. Dahlgren just rang him up with the backwards K. We'll take you to the 9th inning. The Fremont Moo leading 15-10. We'll see if Hastings can extend this one a little bit longer, or if we'll only have 1/2 inning left. But first off, before we get there, I'll give you a word from our sponsors. First off, it's Visit Fremont and Dodge County. Are you planning your next Fremont adventure? Well, Visit Fremont and Dodge County has everything from local events and dining to outdoor fun and family attractions in the heart of Nebraska. Next up, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Fans, if you're not ready for the night to end after the final out, Buffalo Wild Wings has you covered. Grab a seat, order your favorite wings, and keep the sports action going at their Fremont location on East 23rd Street. Lastly is Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn game ready? Well, Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, and snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work.
And now we'll start the top of the 9th inning, the final stanza in tonight's game. Ripken Fleck coming back on the mound. In yesterday night's doubleheader, he came in relief for 2 pitches. Both of them were strikes, and he was able to ground out the batter. So 1/3 inning of work, and now he'll come back out onto the rubber. Eamon O'Gorman will move over to second. And a little bit of movement on the middle infield.
A little bit of movement for the Fremont Moo.
Easton Leahy still over on third. And there is Horner's throw down to second. That looks like Giovanni Malatesta moving into second base. And I couldn't quite get the number of who's out in center field. But some of these players will transfer around as Ripken Fleck will come in. Jonathan Thornhill wanting to save some of his arms for this long road trip, 11 games in 12 days coming up. And Fleck will start off against Chance Verton. Verton had an RBI double earlier. And the first pitch from Fleck is right down the middle for strike 1.
And despite mostly playing shortstop, Fleck's pretty proud of his pitching work. Said he was a pitcher of the night last night. I'm not sure about that one.
This one is a chopped, fair ball down the first base line, and it is handled by Jacob Couchinet. No problem for Fleck to dash over to first base and step on the bag for the first out in the top of the 9th.
1 away, but the job is not finished, as Kobe Bryant says. 2 more to go, which has been difficult for the Moo. They've gotten themselves in struggles with multiple outs in this one. Giving up a lot of runs, but we'll see if Fleck can work his way out of this.
Fleck will face his second batter in Osana. And that off speed does not catch the corner of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Osana, 2 for 4, a single, an infield single, a line out, and a ground out, and 1 walk in his 5 plate appearances. That one hits the zone on Fleck's delivery. 1 ball and 1 strike to the 3-hole hitter from Arkansas Tech. Didn't have a hit last night, and his tally moves to 2. This one is cracked right to O'Gorman, didn't look like he had a beat on it, and finally he's able to see it. I think the sun was blocking his view. He stood like a statue over there in the 6th spot. Finally bounced into his glove, and his throw was too late. And that'll be an infield single for David Osana, the second one back-to-back.
That's kind of what you run into for this Moo squad that doesn't have very many infielders. Ripken Fleck really the only true shortstop in this team. Now that he's on the bump, Eamon O'Gorman isn't quite used to this spot.
Anderson is now the man at the plate. He's the cleanup hitter in the 4-hole. He'll take a first pitch changeup right down the middle. Anderson so far 1 of 3 on the night with an RBI single, 2 walks. Last time he came up to the plate, he walked, and he has Osana over on first base. Second pitch too far inside at shin level. And Fleck will look to get out of this game with a hard hit ground ball. Double play in effect for the Moo. And Osana is going to stand up. He was nearly at second base by the time that ball was delivered to Horner, and he has done an excellent job of getting great leads, and now a runner in scoring position for Hastings.
And that's kind of Ripken Fleck's inexperience on the mound showing, not quite looking back.
Osana heading over to third. It takes a bounce off the glove of Leahy, and Osana is going to trot home. And again, that's the 4th time that the Sodbusters have been able to bring home a run without getting a hit in an inning. And their deficit now goes to 4.
Kind of undisciplined play there by Horner. Osana was practically already at third. Throw wasn't going to get there.
And Anderson will be walked. He'll head down to first base, and another base runner for the Sodbusters as Matthew Scholes will come back up to the plate, batting in place of Isaac Coleman. So far in the night, he's 0 for 2 with the walk. Struck out looking in his last appearance. And he has Anderson over on first after Fleck walked him in 5 pitches. That one catches the outside half. No balls, 1 strike.
Couldn't place that ball better if I was Ripken Fleck. I mean, right on the outside corner. Gets him looking.
Fleck delivers, and that one catches the inside half that time. T. Smith motions for strike 2. Middle of the order here for Hastings. Bottom half coming up.
Fleck painting the corners through these first 2 pitches.
That one is popped up. It's going to be out of play. And Scholes will prepare for pitch number 4. Fleck has had to come in a few times in multiple spots this season. Seems like he's the go-to position player for Jonathan Thornhill. This one is fouled off yet again. And he's done a good job of just filling up the zone. Anytime your relief pitcher comes in, you don't want to give up free bases. And Fleck has done just that so far, although he did just give up a walk. He has 0-2 in the count. This one is put into play down the left side, and it is taken by Eamon O'Gorman. Pardon me, Giovanni Malatesta over there on second base. So Easton Leahy opts to get the advanced base runner, and there's 2 away as Hastings is down to their final out.
It wasn't fully fielded cleanly by Easton Leahy, but he still did it well enough, and recording it out. Still a runner on first, I guess.
So Scholes and Anderson will switch places as Fleck puts one in the zone again as Max Israel comes back up to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a sacrifice fly and a single. 2 strikeouts looking and grounded into a double play, and Fleck's fastball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Impressive performance here by Ripken Fleck so far in this inning. See if he can get through.
That one misses low and outside for ball 2. Israel trying to keep this game alive. They've cut the lead to 4 on 3 separate occasions. That one over the head of Israel. 3-1 in the count. And you got to be careful here. Israel gets on base, and Kapitsa gets on base. The tying base runner would be Kyler Matthews.
He's done pretty well today as well. Can't get too ahead of yourself. You're the Moo.
That one takes a bounce into the backstop. Missed the entire plate. Dribbled over into the left-handed batter's box, and 2 base runners on board now for Ripken Fleck as number 10, Magnus Kapitsa, comes into the right-handed batter's box for a righty-on-righty matchup, but a force out at first, second, or third, so the infield is back for the Moo as they're trying to hang on here in the top of the 9th.
Good breaking ball pitch there by Ripken Fleck, and the Moo can't get too ahead of themselves. Still a lot of game left with runners on.
That pitch misses outside. Kapitsa is 1 for 3. Struck out looking in his last at bat. He's been hit twice by pitches. This one is put into right field. It's a high shot. And Tyler Schroeder is over there to end things for the Moo. And in an offensive outburst for both teams, 24 combined runs, the Fremont Moo will extend their winning streak to 2. And they'll win this early 3-game series against the Hastings Sodbusters 15-11. And it seemed like every inning there, Baylor, either team scored at will pretty much.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, offensive explosion. Both teams were just putting the bat to the ball. But the main story of this game was Jacob Kouchney's 3-run homer he hit in the 4th. Without that one, Moo probably, I mean, obviously they would still lead by a run, but that one was a real momentum setter. And outcome of the game could have been a lot different had that one not gone their way.
So a little bit of a recap. The Sodbusters were able to get on the board early. They drew first blood. They had a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 2nd. But then the Moo got their bats going and their offensive engine chugging along. 10 runs in 4 innings and a 10-4 lead heading into the top of the 5th. But Hastings did not go quietly. They would score practically in every inning except for the 2nd and 8th, including one in the top of the 9th, but it wasn't enough. And Fremont will take 2 of 3, and the final 2 in this series, they'll move to 4 and 5, as Hastings will move to 2 and 6. They'll be at the bottom of the pecking order, and Fremont moving up in the middle of this early Diamond Baseball League season. We will see the Fremont Moo Wednesday at 7 o'clock in Sedalia for their first of a 3-game series. First time they'll see the Steamers. Baylor, before we sign off, anything else you'd like to add?
I mean, pretty much hit the nail on the head, especially with that recap. A little bit of struggles there in the middle innings from the Moo, especially after Burke Yasa got taken off the plate. Keegan Hansen and Brennan Stranke struggled with a lot of walks, but in the end they were tight enough to walk away with the W thanks to a lot of big bats from a lot of different batters. A lot of different faces showed off tonight for the Moo.
And before we sign off, we'd like to thank our sponsor of the night, Buffalo Wild Wings. Everybody is heading there after the game, so catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up wings, burgers, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite day of the week. So I've been Prescott Deckinger, joined alongside Baylor Dajan, and we will see you on Wednesday against the Sedalia Steamers at 7 o'clock on a long road trip for Fremont. We'll see